stick by the precepts that I've elaborated. I will do everything in my power to prevent one more ideological ally from joining Roberts and Alito on the court. Thank you.
There it is. Hypocrisy writ large. It was a constant mess. It was a constant mess, and when it became President Obama's term to fill some of those same judicial appointments, what did Harry Reid do? He invoked the nuclear option, a simple majority. He changed the rules of the Senate. And now he's one of the first people to say, hey, for the good of the country, stop your nakedly partisan obstruction. He wrote a Washington Post op-ed piece. I'll have that for you coming up in just a little bit. Right now, two questions. First of all, did you vote today? Who did you vote for? It's the Wells Report exit poll on this, the first day of early voting for the Texas primary. Second question, should President Obama be allowed to make another pick on the Supreme Court? Yes or no, and why? Let me get to Randy. Randy, thanks for joining us. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Thanks. Wonderful.
Walking out, I walked in kind of trumping, and I walked out Ted Cruzing.
Okay. All right. Why did you change your mind?
You know, Trump has gotten a little bit too Trumpetized to me. I try to justify what the man does because I know that everything I see is actually a negotiation. Half the time, 2 days later, he is backed off 45% of it.
That is true. That is true. Yeah, especially when it came to George W. Bush.
Yeah, exactly. And the only thing, either one of them, I don't care. I'm going to vote for whoever the nominee is, but I would have taken Trump first, but now I'm Ted Cruzing.
All right, my friend. Thanks very much. I appreciate it. Let me get to Robert in Garland. Robert, what do you think of the president? Should he be allowed to make another SCOTUS pick?
I vote on voting day. I'm just one of those kind of people. But
I was wondering, let me ask you, since you brought that up, do you think early voting is a mistake?
I do. I think they should have one national holiday, and that way everyone will have all day to vote, and then there's no discrimination and can't get out of work and no excuse. That's my idea. But anyway.
I think that's a good plan. Go ahead.
No, the only way this will get out if Trump mentions it, unfortunately, about the clips you just played, and I've heard others through the last few days, the hypocrisy of these Democrats saying, "Oh, you got it is unconstitutional. The president has all the right." And like, well, you guys try to stop all these appointments, so hey, we got the House and Senate, or the House doesn't matter, but as far as this is concerned, but. We own it now, so that's like Obama said, what was it, 6 years ago, that's the consequences of being elected, now it's like, oh, it's unfair. So, no, they should, the Republican Senate should hold strong and not even bring it in committee and just says, nope, we're not going to do it. That's my opinion.
All right, Robert, thank you very much. Let me get to Limo Rick in Kemp, Texas. Long time no hear from. Limo, what's up?
How you doing, young man? I'm good.
I'm good.
Hey, I'm not voting until the March 1st because I'm an election judge, so I'm going to vote in my own district. Number one. Number two, he has all the right to appoint anybody he wants, but the Senate better stand up and tell him no. Period.
Yeah, I agree. I will disavow the Republican Party for the balance of my life if they knuckle under on this.
Right, and for the early voting, I agree with you. We should have 1 day of voting, March 1st, and none of this early voting.
I think it should be a national holiday. I think people should take time off. I think we can afford an extra day off for people so that they can go and vote. That's what I think. Let me get to David in Dallas. David, thanks for joining us. Welcome to the Wells Report. Hello.
Good afternoon, JD. You got one working today, don't you?
Hey, I'm doing the best I can. All I do is read the newspapers. That's all I do, David.
Truth is stranger than fiction.
It
JD.
is. It absolutely is.
Okay, first of all, I haven't voted yet, but I will be voting on Thursday. I for whatever reason, I like early voting. I like being able to go wherever. But I do agree that it should be a national holiday or a national day for everybody to go. I would not have a problem with that whatsoever.
I agree.
Now my main comment is, this is the thing with me, JD, with what you just played and with this situation. My question to you is, with 50% or thereof of millennials voting for Bernie Sanders, JD, our generation, the generation we're in, where we're gone, there is no more link to the past. So do they have the critical skills to disseminate?
Except for our posterity.
Well, right. But if they don't care, if they are totally, a total different mentality than us, our posterity won't matter. My question is, do they have the critical thinking to look at what Chuck Schumer is saying, to look at what Obama said, and be able to process it and understand not only the hypocrisy, but everything else that's going into it outside of the rhetoric? And if they don't, what we say makes no difference.
All of what we do is a learning moment for them. When we fight against the likes of Bernie Sanders, they pay attention. And then you got to keep something else in mind. The millennials, like every young voting bloc, they make a lot of noise. They show up at a lot of different rallies, but they don't show up at a lot of polling places. They don't cast a lot of votes. You can write off half the millennials right now as not being voters, right this moment. Oh, yeah, they're making a lot of noise, but that's it. Smoke and fury signifying nothing. There's a lot of that going on. And oh, by the way, we, the people of the United States, our generation, needs to spend more time with those people and explain why it is that the United States is as great as it is. Why is it that we live in the greatest country on the planet? Demonstrably, all you got to do is walk down any road in almost any neighborhood. Are you going to walk them down the road in South Oak Cliff? Yeah. And then I'll take them to New Delhi, India, and walk them down a lower middle class neighborhood there. Oh my God! I mean, it's like, are the streets paved? No. So here's the situation. This is what we deal with. It is up to us to train the next generation into realizing that the United States of America is the greatest country on earth because we like it that way. Because we don't have a government that tells us what to do. We don't have a government that pays our bills. We pay our own. Thank you very much. There's more. This is the Wells Report. We'll be back with more in just a moment. Patriot Mobile is the place to do your cell phone talking. Hi, I'm Jon-David Wells for the Wells Report. Talk and text plans 10 to 15% lower than the big guys. Great smartphones, regular flip phones, whatever phone you want. You don't have to wait another couple of years because Patriot Mobile will buy you out of your contract. They'll let you keep your number. They'll save you money. And there's something else. Patriot Mobile is the only cell phone company in the world that donates 5% of every dollar to conservative causes, groups, and candidates. Plus, they're local. They're right here in Southlake. Let your neighbors take care of your cell phone service. The most important election of our lifetime is right here. Last time around, Big Mobile preferred Hillary over Obama and stands to reap huge profits from the Clinton brand of crony capitalism in 2016. You can do something about that. Do not be a part of the hundreds of millions of dollars that big cell phone companies spend on liberal agenda items, candidates, and values. What you need to do is get in touch with Patriot Mobile, a conservative cell phone company for conservatives, and you can find this out for yourself by going to patriotmobile.com. Go to patriotmobile.com, tell them you heard about it on the Wells Report, and you will be a happy capitalist adventurer with your new cell phone from Patriot Mobile.
More of the Wells Report is coming up next on 660 AM. The Answer.
Hey, everybody, Mark Davis from my friends at Walker AC. The AC stands for air conditioning. It'll be a little while before we need that again. In the meantime, it's heat that is at issue. And let me tell you, Walker AC is my heating company as well. Walker Air Conditioning and Heating at walkerac.com and the magic phone number 972-4, Walker, 972-4-Walker. These are the people to go to when your system needs fixing, when your system needs replacing. They're never going to sell you a system you don't need. They're going to do the repairs repairs right at a fair price. If they can't fix it, they'll tell you about it and introduce you to the best price on the best system for you. It's people you can trust. Isn't that what it's all about? Trust with AC and heating, and Walker AC is there for you at walkerac.com and 972-4-WALKER, 972, the number 4-WALKER. If something's just not working right, if things are chilly when they shouldn't be, your heater's not working, give them a call, 972-4-972, the number 4-WALKER, 972-4-WALKER, or walkerac.com.
Do you have low back or neck pain? Does it run down your arms or your legs? Do you have a bulging or herniated disc degeneration, or spinal arthritis? Even worse, have you been told you need back surgery or injections? If you answered yes, then please listen to what I have to say. My name is Dr. Chad Glines, DC, at Genesis Back and Neck, and I use the most advanced spinal decompression system available, the DRX 9000, to correct back problems just like yours. We don't use addictive drugs, and we don't use any type of dangerous, invasive surgery for these problems. Spinal decompression is safe, FDA cleared, and it's not painful, and has about an 86% success rate. We accept most insurances, and your first visit will be at no charge. You will sit down and visit with me personally until I've answered all of your questions. And if you're a candidate for decompression, you can try out the treatment all at no charge to you. So if you're ready to not hurt anymore and don't want to have surgery, call me at 817-328-1922. That's 817-328-1922, or online at mylowback.com.
The days go by, the weight goes up, and you're feeling down. Well, forget the struggle. Forget failure, because the most powerful weight loss technology ever is here with Fat Loss DFW.
This technology is a scientific breakthrough that really works. I'm Dr. Jim. How would you like to lose 20 to 40 pounds in just 40 days? Guaranteed. No cravings, no hunger, no drugs, and no hormones.
Put this number in your phone, 844-801-THIN, or go to fatlossdfw.com and let Fat Loss DFW make your body a fat-burning blast furnace. Get with the program and lose 20 to 40 pounds in just 40 days.
She's right. I've seen people lose 40 or more pounds in just 40 days. Go to fatlossdfw.com.
Schedule a free consultation with my friend, Dr. Jim, at 844-801-THIN. I've lost 36 pounds, and if I can do it, you can too. Call now. It's 844-801-THIN. You're gonna look great.
Have you ever thought you'd like to buy and sell houses but didn't know how or where to begin? Do you fear your job is in jeopardy, or is your business income reduction keeping you awake at night? We're in the best time in 25 years to make a fortune in real estate without using your money or credit. My name is Ron LeGrand, and I've taught 500,000 people to do just that, and personally bought hundreds of houses myself. If you'll call 800-859-5125, I'll send the first 500 callers my hot new CD, Foreclosure Fortunes, and my best-selling book to help you get started absolutely free. I'll show you how to build a six-figure income part-time with no previous experience and no license, even if you're a busy professional. Call 800-859-5125, 24 hours, and get my new book and CD free. That's 800-859-5125. Take your life back and make this your best year ever. That's 800-859-5125. Call 800-859-5125 now.
660 AM, The Answer. 660AMTheAnswer.com. The Wells Report, a daily good old-fashioned North Texas barbecue of anybody trying to take advantage of us on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Let me tell you about something that's coming up that you don't want to miss. Thursday, February 25th. It's going to be a week from tomorrow. It is the 660 AM Answer Debate Watching Party. The Republican Party will meet together one more time. Their presidential nominees, their presidential candidates, will meet and debate for the last time before the Texas primary. What we'd like you to do is we'd like you to be there. This is going to be a momentous debate, and you need to join us. And here's how you do it. It'll be at the Studio Movie Grill, 75 in Spring Valley in Dallas. You go to the 660amtheanswer.com website, and you plunk down $10. So you plunk as a different, as not necessarily plunking, but plunking. Don't ask me where that came from. Plunk down $10, put your sawbuck on the table, and what you do is you get a ticket and bring everybody you know. Now, you got to hurry because we're about to run out of tickets here. Go to 660amtheanswer.com and get yours. You'll see the buy ticket button. Push it, put down $10, and we will see you at the 660 AM The Answer debate watching party. It will be fun. It's our Lincoln Douglas debate, no doubt about it. Harry Reid writes in the Washington Post, we are entering uncharted waters in the history of the U.S. system of checks and balances, with potentially momentous consequences. Having gridlocked the Senate for years, Republicans now want to gridlock the Supreme Court with a campaign of partisan sabotage aimed at denying the president's constitutional duty to pick nominees. Harry Reid, I cannot believe you're even saying that with a straight face. You can't possibly be. Gridlocking the Senate? Man, you kept President Obama from having to use his veto pen until you were the minority leader instead of the majority leader. Because what you did was bottle up the United States Senate for years, and now you're complaining that the Republicans are doing it? You've got to be kidding me. Unbelievable. Two questions on the table. Should the President Obama, be allowed to nominate and get through the Senate another Supreme Court justice nominee? Should he be able to name another Supreme Court justice? I say no. Okay? No. Absolutely not. And it is Harry Reid's fault. And it is the president's fault for abandoning the process of the United States government. Yes, Harry Reid is correct. We are entering uncharted waters in the history of the U.S. system of checks and balances because the Senate of the United States, while being run by the Democrats, and the President of the United States abandoned the U.S. system of checks and balances for the sake of executive orders and politics. Period. Let me get to Kyle in Garland, Texas. What do you think?
John, I think you're right. This is the height of hypocrisy, and I think on both sides. If the shoe was on the other, they'd be saying the same thing, just from a different party. So, I think the president should be allowed to make a nomination.
He will.
It should go to the Senate, and if Republicans deem them unworthy, then don't vote for him. And that's how the Constitution's supposed to work. But for the president to all of a sudden say that the Constitution means what it says when it's convenient for him, I think it's a height of hypocrisy.
I think you're exactly right, Kyle. Good call. 866-660-5759. For the good of the country, stop your nakedly partisan obstruction. Harry Reid, you've got to be kidding me. He goes on to say that Republicans should not insult the American people's intelligence by pretending there's historical precedence for what they're about to do. Are you kidding me, sir? No president in his final year has ever been successful in nominating a Supreme Court justice in the final year of his presidency. Not for the last 80 years. Now sit down, Harry, and eat your soup. This is the Wells Report.
Hey, everybody, it's Mark Davis and my friends at New Venture on Wall Street. Here it comes this weekend. Don't let it pass you by. The latest opportunity to get the New Venture on Wall Street brain full of great information in a fun, upbeat seminar. Pastor David Mitchell and his gang coming to Dallas and Fort Worth, same time, this coming weekend, Friday and Saturday. Learn more at nvows.com. nvows.com stands for New Venture on Wall Street, with new ways to do better on Wall Street, even when the stock markets are crazy. The Dallas location is the Sheraton on the LBJ, Fort Worth on Houston Street at Norris Conference Center. Pick one and get on in there at 877-907-TRADE. 877-907-TRADE. Check them out. You'll enjoy it. It's not some webinar. It's real people. It's upbeat. It's fun. And you'll learn how to retire earlier, get a second income stream. New Venture on Wall Street. Get your seats at the seminars this coming weekend. 877-907-TRADE. nvows.com. 877-907-TRADE. 877-907-TRADE.
Howdy, folks. Crazy Gun Dealer here. And if I got another crazy you, American-made Sky 9mm carry pistols, only $199 with ammo purchase. Folks, that is way below dealer cost. But that's only while they last and in store only, so get them quick. Supply will be limited. And as always, every gun at the Crazy Gun Dealer comes with free CHL classes, a free lifetime warranty, a free range membership, and free test firing on most handguns. And if all that's not already enough, if we don't already have the best price you've found anywhere gun to gun, we'll beat any price gun to gun, or we'll give you the gun for free, because nobody wants your gun business more than the Crazy Gun Dealer in Alvarado. For more info, check us out at crazygundealer.com. Text CRAZY to 24587 to follow us, or give us a call at 855-329-4867. That's 855-329-GUNS.
All offers and promotions subject to change or restrictions. See store for complete details.
Hey everybody, Mark Davis from my friends at Abacus Foundation Repair. I love birthdays and anniversaries, always a time to celebrate, and they are celebrating 15 years at Abacus Foundation Repair, 15 years of serving North Texas. Now, this celebration is about to come to an end. People have been enjoying it too. You know what they've done? $1,000 off any foundation job with 10 or more pilings. And these are no ordinary pilings. We're talking about Millennium composite pilings for the strongest foundation solution. So call about that $1,000 off offer at 972-406-9000. 972-406-9000. Call Abacus first if you even think you got a foundation problem. Cracks in the sheetrock, doors that stick. 972-406-9000. Work is guaranteed. Certified foundation person on site at all times. You will be taken care of. 972-406-9000 or Abacus, ABACUS. Abacus Foundation Repair. The Abacus, little thing you can count on. Get it? You can count on Abacus. AbacusFoundationRepair.com. 972-406-9000.
For me, it was a big S-Class from the 90s. Beautiful. My friend's dad had one.
The SL. All of the SLs. I've been watching those since I was a kid.
I think the 1971 SE was the first Mercedes that just blew me away.
Everyone remembers the first time they saw one, and the day they began to long for a Mercedes-Benz of their own. Well, that day may be a lot closer than you think. With a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz, you can experience the luxury, the unparalleled safety, the performance, and the style Mercedes-Benz is famous for at a price you can afford. Beautiful SUVs, sedans, coupes, and convertibles that are factory certified and covered by an unlimited mileage warranty for up to 3 years, so you can drive without a worry for as far as you like. And during the certified pre-owned sales event going on now through February 29th, you can receive 2 years of complimentary prepaid maintenance and special financing available through Mercedes-Benz Financial Services, only at your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. You've waited long enough.
See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for complete details and limitations on certified pre-owned warranties.
John Truitt, CEO of Simple Sleep Services here. You've probably heard Mark Davis talk about sleep apnea and snoring. If you're ready to stop snoring and treat your sleep apnea, you have options. Wear a big, bulky CPAP mask, have surgery, and deal with the recovery and downtime. Or go with the Simple solution. The Simple Sleep system from Simple Sleep Services is a compact, comfortable, custom-fit solution that's proven to stop snoring and treat your sleep apnea. It's covered by most medical insurance. No mood-killing mask, no pain or downtime, just a better night's sleep for you and the one next to you. Stop dreaming about a better night's sleep. Learn more at simplesleepservices.com or call 469-685-1700. That's 469-685-1700 or click simplesleepservices.com. The choice is simple. Go to simplesleepservices.com. Offices conveniently located in both Dallas and Fort Worth. Stop snoring, sleep healthy, live live.
You can listen on the go. Find us on iHeartRadio, 660 AM. The Answer. Only for Texas. This is the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Lame duck presidents don't get to make successful nominations for lifetime appointments in an election year. Not in 2016, not for the past 80 years. It's that simple. And it doesn't matter who the president nominates, even if lightning struck and he nominated an originalist in the mold of the late Justice Antonin Scalia. President Obama certainly has the authority to nominate a replacement, but Senate Republicans are under no obligation to hold a hearing, much less a vote on that nominee. Will there be yelling and hooting and hollering, and will there be hypocrisy writ large, as in the pages of the Washington Post, by the current Senate Minority Leader, Harry Reid, who deserves a much less important role in American government based on how badly he handled one of the most important roles in American government? That the Senate, the Democrats, can't get rid of that guy is an embarrassment. But then again, so is Bernie Sanders running as their standard bearer. Good grief, he's out in front of Hillary Clinton now. The simple case of the matter is the president had a chance to work with Congress, and he didn't. He filibustered Justice Alito. He voted against John Roberts. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind. Listen to this. These are the words of President Obama when he was a senator. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind Justice Roberts is qualified to sit on the highest court in the land. Moreover, he seems to have the comportment and temperament that makes for a good judge. He's humble. He's personally decent. He appears to be respectful of different points of view. It's absolutely clear to me that Judge Roberts truly loves the law. He could not achieve his excellent record as an advocate before the Supreme Court without a passion for that law. I ultimately have to give more weight to his deeds and the overarching political philosophy that he appears to have shared with those in power than to the assuring words provided me in our meeting. The bottom line is this: I will be voting against John Roberts' nomination. The President of the United States doesn't have a leg to stand on. Neither does Harry Reid. Neither does any Democrat in the Senate of the United States. In fact, all of us, we the people of the United States, should take this as nothing more than a patronizing shot at our intelligence by the patrician Senate Democrats who are now trying to cover their tracks. And now the shoe is on the other foot and they don't like it. Tough. Wayne in Dallas, do you think President Obama ought to be able to add another justice to the Supreme Court?
Yes, and I also believe the Republicans have the right to vote 54 to 0, 54 to 46 not to approve. Alito got a vote. John Roberts got a vote. Whoever president puts up should at least get a vote.
Yeah, the question is whether or not the Democrats allowed any of the Justice Department or the Justice Branch, judicial branch judges nominated by President Bush to be to actually take the bench in the last year of his presidency. The answer is no.
But the same thing is happening with Obama. There's 14 people out there that he's nominated that they haven't got a vote in the Judicial Committee. So that's that way. But the Supreme Court is different. The Supreme Court, they should get a vote, and I'll have no problem if the Republicans all vote no. Then they won't get confirmed.
I just don't think I don't think the president, I don't think the Senate has to do anything. I think they'll just stand there and say, "Thank you, Mr. President. We'll let you know." And I think that's the way it ought to be. Not necessarily to take a shot at President Obama, but to stop a president from doing it in the future. This is one of these cards that you don't mind laying on the table. You truly don't. The Republican Party is going to lay this card on the table in the sure knowledge that it's going to come back. This is a message that a Republican president of the future is going to have to remember. You don't get to govern with your pen and your phone. You do have to work with the government of the United States. That means the House and the Senate. You have to work with them. The House and Senate needs to remove great amounts of executive power from the President of the United States, even if it hurts their own party's president. Because the way that this power has been abused by President Obama is as plain as the nose on my face, and let me tell you, that's mighty plain. 866-660-5759. Steve in Garland, Texas. What do you think?
Well, I agree with you, John, but I don't think that any of Obama's nominees ought to be even considered by the Republicans. I basically think that they ought to just metaphorically slap him down and say, hey, look, you know, you're a lame duck president. You've been a terrible president. And now you're getting the treatment that you gave us and ignoring how things work. Well, guess what? We don't have to even consider your nominees, but of course you already know this.
Yeah.
The thing that gets me with you and everybody else is why you still go through the motions of referring to Democrats as Democrats instead of calling them socialists, which is what they all really are.
Well, you know, the thing about it is this, is I understand that completely, and I believe that the Democrat Party is in a very, very seriously bad space right now, but I don't think it's going to stay this way. I just don't. I think that very much like the religious right had a great deal to do with the Republican Party in the 80s. I think that the progressive left and the socialist left of the Democrat Party have badly damaged this party. I don't know what they're going to do to rehabilitate their brand.
you've got to consider that they also have a number of supporters in the professors that teach at a lot of liberal colleges that influence a lot of the students coming out of college into
well, the
society.
the fortunate thing about all that is that every year that goes by, there are fewer and fewer and fewer of those people that are infecting our society. I mean, let's just face it. We're not gonna have many people going to college if it costs 125 grand for 4 years of school that is dubious at best. It isn't going to be. You're not going to pay $125,000 to be berated by liberal professors because you disagree politically with what they're putting down. Facts are facts. Politics are politics. When the two interact, there's going to be misunderstanding. And you're not paying $125,000 for a 4-year course in misunderstanding. People are going to be able to figure this out. College just isn't worth that much. It just isn't. Let me get to William in Dallas. William, thanks for joining us. Hi.
Hey, I think that they should go ahead and let them nominate him. I think if not, it's going to come back to haunt him.
Well,
And I
there's
don't think
nothing
he's a lame duck
stopping.
president either.
There's nothing stopping the president from nominating anybody he chooses. He can do that tomorrow.
Okay, I think he's not a lame duck president. I think he has a lot. Actually, he can shape the president any way he wants to right now. If he messes with guns again, it's going to put the attention on him. If there's a terrorist attack, the attention is going to go on him. If the gas prices get higher or lower, the attention is going to get on him. So I would be careful because unusual things are happening at the end of this presidency. The best thing we want to do is let him get out the door and don't push him and start a problem. Because it could come back to haunt the Republican seats comes up. And that's something we do have to consider.
The thing, yes, I understand, William, but here's what I think. Here's what I think on this, okay? When the Republican Party wanted to work with the president said no. I'm talking about the grand bargain. John Boehner and the president sat down to work the final details of the grand bargain out, and the president ruined it. Kept adding things, and Boehner finally walked away, said, you don't want a deal. And the president said, I want it my way or I'm not interested. And John Boehner said, okay. And that was that. He walked out of the White House. It was at that moment right there, that arguably President Obama became a lame duck president. Because what he did was he blew his credibility in negotiation. He was unwilling to negotiate under any circumstances for any issue for any reason. And the Republicans took him at his word. Where the Republicans, I think, made a mistake is they were afraid the president was going to call them all a bunch of racists every time they turned around and decided to oppose any of the big policy moves that the president wanted to make. And so what they did was they just sat back, they were quiet, and they filed lawsuits to put the whole thing in the judicial branch of the government, which, by the way, I think was the wrong move. I think it empowered the judicial branch to make decisions about American politics and policy that they have no business making. But that's what happened. Because this way, the president couldn't do anything except say, the Republicans aren't working with me, when it was plain the reverse was true. Most Americans believe that. And so the president was stuck with his pen and his phone, which made it worse. See, this is what this government is designed to do. This government is designed not to get much done. This is the way it is supposed to be. Until the powers that be realize that there is something that has to happen. For example, there's going to be this big brouhaha over this Supreme Court justice nomination. He's going to nominate somebody. President Obama will nominate someone. And what will end up happening after that is that it will go absolutely nowhere. Mitch McConnell will not say a word, even if the president nominates Orrin Hatch. or Chris Christie. Would I like to see Chris Christie as a Supreme Court justice? You bet. You bet. You know what would be interesting? You want to hear something that it would be interesting? Little political play. Okay, how about this? How about the president says, you know what? I'm going to put these Republicans into a box. I'm going to nominate Chris Christie to be the Supreme Court justice that replaces Antonin Scalia. And if I'm the Republicans, what I do is I immediately schedule hearings. Maybe not immediately, maybe a little bit farther down the 2016 election year. And what I end up doing is getting all the Democrats on the record supporting Chris Christie as a Supreme Court justice, and then never schedule a vote until after President Obama is out of office. And then the new president renominates Chris Christie, and then we could watch the Democrats and then rehold the hearings and watch the Democrats fall over themselves, now finding reasons why they don't want Chris Christie to be the Supreme Court justice. If that would be a perfect way to teach the American people that the Democrat Party is simply interested in politics and nothing more. All this rhetoric about doing the right thing, the Constitution, they clothe themselves in the Constitution, wave the American flag and say those evil dang Republicans. Baloney. Every now and then you just got to show the wolf for what it is. And that's what the Democrat Party has made itself into. A gang of anti-American thug wolves. And if you don't like that label, you need to find yourself another party. If you happen to believe in the blue-collar working class traditions of the Democrat Party, you don't have a party now. You don't have any place to hang your hat. Because this is a socialist, communist, progressive party bent on the destruction of America for the sake of a political project that they can lord over. That's all it is. That's all they want. Why would you want to live in a country like that? The answer is you wouldn't. That's why nobody, as we have this conversation, lives in a major country that is propelled forward by, as if you could, by a socialist government. Not even the Russians. You're listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Did you vote today? If you voted today, take part in the Wells Report. The Wells Report exit poll. Tell us who you voted for and why. I'm interested in the Tarrant County Sheriff's race, right? So let's talk a little bit. If you voted, tell me who you voted for and why. This is the Wells Report on 660 AM The Answer.
Dennis Gibbs, the boat guy here, host of the Big Boat and Outdoor Show, sponsored by DallasBoatsForSale.com. Let me break it down for you. We talk about boats and boating, boat ramps, marinas, lakes and water levels, boat sales, sailboats, sailing, anchoring, sinking, grounding, buying, selling, and enjoying the fun out on the water. You picking up what I'm putting down? If it floats, we talk about it every Saturday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer.
Hey, it's Mark Davis for my friends at Good Feet. One of the reasons it's such a joy to hang out with these folks is they have such great stories of helping people who have tried other things that did not work. And getting out of foot pain is a thing of joy to behold. Ask them at Plano, Fort Worth, and South Lake, the 3 locations of Good Feet, or go to goodfeetdfw.com. Listen, as one of the good folks at Good Feet talks about what it's like to help people, to watch them come in for a solution that actually works.
For most of the people that walk in our store, it's been an ongoing, nonstop issue. They're searching, they're grasping at straws because they've been trying other products and they've bought something that they thought was going to help solve their problem, and it didn't.
The good people of Good Feet with solutions that are real, not the plasticky gel, one-size-fits-most nonsense. Nope, but the sizes, the styles for men, for women. Get out of pain today. That foot pain can become back pain, hip pain, leg pain. GoodFeetDFW.com, Plano, Fort Worth, or South Lake. GoodFeetDFW.com. Check them out today.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning.
Well, it's that time of year again. When the AC business is slow, the gimmicks start to flow. Right now, you'll hear 50% off sales, warehouse clearance sales, and my personal favorite, the guy who says he'll work for no profit. Nobody can run a business without profit. So rather than insult your intelligence with silly gimmicks, we partnered with the utility provider to offer real instant rebates, up to $1,800 off qualifying systems. But the utility funds are limited, so we're offering our free estimates on a first-come, first-served basis. If you need a new AC system, call the no-profit guy, then call the 50% off guys, and then call us. I guarantee we'll beat their price with brand-name Carrier equipment because we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437, or visit us online at ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Do you struggle to fall asleep because there's too much on your mind? Do you wake up in the morning tired and irritable? Help is available. Call for a free supply of Somnipure, the non-prescription sleep aid that promotes relaxation and deep REM sleep. Somnipure is already a bestseller at Walmart, CVS, and Walgreens. But for a limited time, listeners in your area can try a free supply. That's right. Cover the small cost of shipping and handling, and you'll get a free supply of Somnipure. For details, call 1-800-938-3012. Finally, you can fall asleep faster and stay asleep through the night. And with Somnipure, you'll wake up refreshed, with energy for your work, your family, and your romantic life. Somnipure is already taking Walmart by storm, but if you hurry, you can try a free supply. Call 1-800-938-3012. 1-800-938-3012. 1-800-938-3012.
If you're considering going back to school, ask yourself the following questions. Do you need the flexibility to take classes on your schedule? Do you have college credits you need transferred? Do you want to earn a quality degree from a world-renowned university? If you answered yes to any of these questions, Arizona State University is the perfect school for you. Arizona State University offers over 100 highly ranked degree programs 100% online. You'll earn the same degree as you would on campus, from wherever you are, on your schedule. Plus, ASU Online accepts most transfer credits. For information, call 1-800-400-8172. Why the Wall Street Journal ranks ASU 5th in the nation for producing the best qualified graduates, and why 90% of ASU grads are recruited within 90 days of graduation. Learn to grow, learn to succeed, and learn to thrive at Arizona State University. To learn more about ASU online degrees, call 1-800-400-8172. That's 1-800-400-8172.
7-Eleven now has these amazing new breakfast melts. And they're only $2.99. Take it.
We are experiencing technical difficulties. Our announcer decided to try the product. He was trying to explain 7-Eleven has two new melts that are toasted in-store, a bacon, egg, and cheese, and a sausage, bacon, and cheese. Both with thick-cut hickory-smoked bacon and aged cheddar cheese served on an artisan ciabatta roll for only $2.99.
Only 7-Eleven.
Yeah, only at 7-Eleven.
Dallas, Fort Worth's home for stimulating talk. 660 AM, The Answer. You're hearing tomorrow's front page on the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Telephone number 866-660-5759. Martin in Prosper, welcome to the Wells Report.
Jon-David, how are you doing, Steve?
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
I was just wondering, with the president doing some rather unconstitutional things in the past, how is it he can get away with turning around and playing the Constitution card, saying that he has a constitutional right to make an appointment?
Well, he can make an appointment all he wants to, and nobody's standing in his way. The Supreme Court is, the nominating process is very simple. The president nominates somebody he thinks should be on the Supreme Court.
Absolutely, but in the past, he has done things that were not constitutional. He has done what he feels like he wants to do, whether it's constitutional or not.
Yep.
But now, all of a sudden, he says, I'm playing the Constitution card. We have to play it by the law.
Yeah, well, too little, too late, Mr. President. Sorry about that. We are not going to allow you to make a mockery of the Constitution. And that's the simple case of the matter. I mean, it's not just that the Supreme Court or that the Constitution itself is living in a vacuum. This this circumstance of the Supreme Court justice that is now missing and the rules surrounding it as laid out by the Constitution doesn't exist in a vacuum. There is a history. This president has earned that history along with the legislature, etc. And there's a future. And all of these things come together and coalesce into the president hearing no. And that's a good thing. This is the Wells Report.
Hey, everybody, Mark Davis from my friends at Walker AC. The AC stands for air conditioning. It'll be a little while before we need that again. In the meantime, it's heat that is at issue. And let me tell you, Walker AC is my heating company as well. Walker Air Conditioning and Heating at walkerac.com and the magic phone number 972-4, Walker, 972-4-Walker. These are the people to go to when your system needs fixing, when your system needs replacing. They're never going to sell you a system you don't need. They're going to do the repairs right at a fair price. If they can't fix it, they'll tell you about it and introduce you to the best price on the best system for you. It's people you can trust. Isn't that what it's all about? Trust with AC and heating, and Walker AC is there for you at walkerac.com and 972-4-Walker, 972-4-Walker. If something's just not working right, if things are chilly when they shouldn't be, your heater's not working, give them a call, 972-4-Walker, 972-WalkerAC.com.
Do you have low back or neck pain? Does it run down your arms or your legs? Do you have a bulging or herniated disc degeneration, or spinal arthritis? Even worse, have you been told you need back surgery or injections? If you answered yes, then please listen to what I have to say. My name is Dr. Chad Glines, DC, at Genesis Back and Neck, and I use the most advanced spinal decompression system available, the DRX 9000, to correct back problems just like yours. We don't use addictive drugs, and we don't use any type of dangerous invasive surgery for these problems. Spinal decompression is safe, FDA cleared, and it's not painful, and has about an 86% success rate. We accept most insurances, and your first visit will be at no charge. You will sit down and visit with me personally until I've answered all of your questions. And if you're a candidate for decompression, you can try out the treatment all at no charge to you. So if you're ready to not hurt anymore and don't want to have surgery, call me at 817-328-1922. That's 817-328-1922, or online at mylowback.com.
Buena Brasa Brazilian Steakhouse, a 4-star restaurant in Grapevine that's truly a cut above the rest. With a gourmet salad bar featuring over 60 items, including fresh Brazilian salads, imported cheese, cured meats, and hot dishes, to accompany 16 sizzling tender cuts of meat, chicken, pork, lamb, and sausage. And for a limited time, you can enjoy the full rodizio experience for only $38.95. Buena Brasa Brazilian Steakhouse, off Highway 121 in Hall Johnson and Grapevine. Online at buenabraza.com. That's BOINABRAZA.com.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group on the NASDAQ as SALM, KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lisa Lucera. The president-elect of Taiwan saying tensions are now higher in the South China Sea and all parties should work on peaceful solutions. This coming after evidence surfaced showing China deploying an advanced missile system in the South China Sea.
The photos reveal 8 missile launchers deployed to Woody Island are part of the Paracel Island chain in the South China Sea. Weeks ago, a U.S. Navy destroyer sailed within 12 nautical miles of a nearby island. China vowed consequences for the action. Woody Island is claimed by both Taiwan and Vietnam.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson, formal services for Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia have been announced.
Justice Antonin Scalia will lie in repose at the Supreme Court Friday, sources tell Fox News. That will be followed by a funeral at the Basilica in Washington on Saturday. Lying in repose would follow the tradition of the last justice to die in office, Chief Justice William Rehnquist, in 2005.
Fox's Jared Halpern, Fox News. We report, you decide.
You're listening to 660 AM, The Answer.
Hi, this is Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor. I'd like for you to join me on my talk show this weekend. What I do is teach people how to go the natural, organic route. I stir up trouble, too, because I throw out some things that a lot of people just don't think are correct. You know what? We have a lot of experience to back up what we recommend. Have healthier gardens and more fun gardening. Join me this and every weekend.
Join Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, every Sunday morning from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. right here on 660 a.m. The Answer.
We've had some voting. We've had some debating. Now it's time for Texans to weigh in on the 2016 presidential race. The candidates are ready. Our state is ready. The question is, are you ready for the final debate before the Texas primary?
I know I'm ready, JD, and we're hoping everybody's fired up for our last debate watch party before Texas votes. It's Thursday night, February 25th, and we'll put it up on the big screen at 660 a.m. The Answer Debate Headquarters, Studio Movie Grill, 75 in Spring Valley in Dallas.
Mark Davis and I will be your hosts. The full Studio Movie Grill menu is available. Admission is just $10. Get your tickets now at 660amtheanswer.com. If you've become a regular for our debate events, or if this is just your first time, get ready to hear from the candidates and the audience.
We look forward to welcoming you and hearing from you February 25th. Studio Movie Grill, 75 in Spring Valley. Tickets just $10 now at 660amtheanswer.com.
Don't miss the last debate watch party before the Texas primary. That's Thursday, February 25th at the Studio Movie Grill in Dallas. This event is sponsored by AAA Auger Plumbing Services, Texas Alliance for Life, and Patriot Mobile.
Hey, you! Know what happens when your CPAP system gets dirty? Germs like me move in and wreak havoc. Remember that respiratory infection you had a while back? That was us. And that nagging sore throat? Us too. So I just want to say thanks. Thanks for giving us a home and helping us help you get sick.
Don't let germs take up residence in your CPAP system. Evict them with SoClean, the world's first and only automated CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. It kills 99.9% of all CPAP germs in minutes. For a limited time, you can try it risk-free for 30 days. Just call 1-800-693-2699. SoClean is completely hands-free. There's no water, chemicals, or disassembly. The secret is activated oxygen. It flows through your system, destroying bacteria, viruses, and germs in no time. Call SoClean.com to get your risk-free 30-day trial while supplies last. Hurry, call 1-800-693-2699. 1-800-693-2699.
Pop quiz for all business owners. If you're not incorporated and someone sues your business, which one of these can you lose? Your home, your car, or your life savings? The answer? All three. Because if you're not incorporated, it's not just your business that can be sued, it's you too, which means you could lose everything. Once business owners realize the risk of not being incorporated, they usually scramble to incorporate or form an LLC. To make it quick and easy, Incorporate.com is now giving away a free incorporation guide to all business owners, so you can incorporate in just 10 minutes. For your free 10-minute incorporation guide, call now, 1-800-733-1035. Protect your financial future. At Incorporate.com, they don't provide legal or financial advice. They just make incorporating or forming an LLC quick and easy. Call now for your free 10-minute incorporation guide. 1-800-733-1035. Hurry while supplies last. 1-800-733-1035. That's 1-800-733-1035.
Hi, I'm Tom Kidd, engineering graduate of Texas A&M and owner of Structured Foundation Repairs. Our number is 972-484-1200. Our motto is to do the right thing. In some respects, it's hard being the company that always does the right thing. But for our customers' sake, it's very important that we do. Being fully insured, as an example, costs us a lot of money, but it protects our customers. Having employees instead of day laborers is a huge responsibility, but our dedicated employees ensure that we do the best repairs we can. Managing a large office staff can be tedious, but they provide our customers a helpful voice when they need something urgent. Returning every phone call is time-consuming, but instills our customers with confidence that we will always be there when they need us. The Aggie Code of Honor states that Aggies don't lie, cheat, or steal, or tolerate those that do. That code was the principle our company was founded on, and it guides our daily operations. If this sounds like the kind of company you could trust to repair your foundation, call us today for a free evaluation at 972-484-1200. Click structuredfoundation.com.
At GoDaddy, a domain name is the beginning of something awesome. Use it to create a website to promote your business, open an online store to sell your products, start a blog, build your brand. You can even connect your domain to your LinkedIn or Facebook page. And GoDaddy customer support is always ready to help. What will you do with your domain name? Get a free domain with website from GoDaddy.com, starting at $1 a month. Annual purchase of website builder required. Price valid first year only. See website for details.
Napa know-how.
Right now at Napa, when you buy 5 quarts of Valvoline conventional oil for just $3.59 a quart, we'll give you either Chase Elliott, Dale Jr., Jimmy Johnson, or Casey Kane free by mail. Hey, wait, what?
Well, that makes more sense. We'll give you a bobblehead of either Chase Elliott, Dale Jr., Jimmy Johnson, or Casey Kane free by mail. Valvoline for just $3.59 and a free bobblehead. That's Napa know-how. General States pricing, taxes and recycling fees extra at participating Napa Auto Parts stores while supplies last. Offer expires 2/29/16.
Learn a little something at the start of your day. The Mark Davis Show. Mornings 7 to 10 on 660 AM. The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
A week from tomorrow will be the final 660 AM The Answer debate watching party for the Republican presidential candidates to debate before the Texas primary. Already, early voting is going on right this minute. We want you to take part in the Wells Report exit poll. Who did you vote for and why? But the big primary is March 1st. And the last debate watching party before that election will be happening Thursday, February 25th at the Studio Movie Grill, 75 in Spring Valley. And you can go for $10. $10 gets you in. The full Studio Movie Grill menu will be available. And the food is awesome. No, it's really good. It's really good. Adult beverages to be had, good food. It is wonderful. Mark Davis and I will be there. We will be watching the debate and tweeting our way through it, and it'll be great, and you will have a wonderful time. And all you got to do is go to 660amtheanswer.com and buy your tickets. They're $10. Now, keep something in mind. We're going to probably sell out before the end of the week. All right? Now, if that's not the case, we'll tell you, believe me, but I really am pretty sure that we're going to sell out before the end of the week. So go right now. Get your tickets. Take your beloved wife, your children, so on and so on. This is going to be a history-making event, and you should bring your kids to it. All right? 660 AM The Answer, the Studio Movie Grill, the 660 AM Answer debate watching party, and we will see you there. There's a piece of news here that's local that I want to talk about before I move on to the presidential chase in South Carolina. Tonnell Hobbs is writing in the Dallas Morning News that top administrators at the Catlin Joy Gilliam Collegiate Academy in Dallas ISD directed staff members to, quote, manufacture or manipulate exam grades, raising questions as to whether some students graduated without earning the necessary credits. This is according to a district investigation and its findings. An investigative report released today to the Dallas Morning News through an open records request also states the students' grades were changed outside a 10-day window allowed by district policy. Students were also given grades for district end-of-semester exams they never took. The findings of this investigation suggest that some Gilliam students may have graduated without earning the necessary credits. Due to the concern, the district's Office of Internal Audit will further investigate grade-changing practices district-wide. This, according to the report compiled by DISD's Professional Standards Office. Get your kids out of DISD. Do it as fast as you possibly can. Find another place to live. Your kids deserve better, and you can find better. You can. You know, in Georgia, they throw teachers and administrators in jail for stuff like this. You know that, right? All that happens here in Texas is somebody gets fired and they have a little trouble getting a job in some other state for a while. And that's about that. This is going to continue happening as long as we, the people of Texas, continue to tolerate it. This is awful. These people should go to jail for this. I don't care where you live in DISD. Get your kids out of there as quickly as you can. All right. It was my idea yesterday that Donald Trump really hurt himself in last Saturday night's debate. And what I want to know is this. I want to know whether or not you think Donald Trump damaged himself and continues to damage himself by taking shots at the Republican Party, up to and including George W. Bush, a man with a 77% approval rating. Why he did that, I don't have any idea. All I know is that he knows he made a mistake. During his appearance on various Sunday morning political shows, Donald Trump backtracked on comments made about former President George W. Bush. Trump, as he has done multiple times throughout the presidential race, invoked the Iraq War as a way to criticize Jeb Bush for his brother's actions. The World Trade Center came down during your brother's reign. Remember that, by the way. Presidents don't reign. They serve. Just something for Donald Trump to keep in mind. Then regarding former President Bush starting the unpopular Iraq War, they lied. They said there were weapons of mass destruction. There were none. And they knew there were none. Well, that's not necessarily true either. That is discredited. It is a leftist talking point. And Donald Trump sounds just as bad as the average tin pot MSNBC news anchor when he starts spewing the same stuff that tin pot MSNBC news anchors spew. Sounds ridiculous. And he hurt himself. And we will see it in the voting. This is a pattern. Right before primary votes, right before primaries, what ends up happening is that Donald Trump says something that hurts him or does something that hurts him. He didn't take part in the last debate before the Iowa caucuses. It hurt him. It may have cost him the win in Iowa. And now he's taking shots at the Republican Party. This is not about whether you like Donald Trump or whether or not he's qualified to be the president or what have you. This is about whether or not Donald Trump can be trusted on the stage with the rest of the presidential candidates in the Republican Party, not to damage the Republican Party. He has also threatened a third-party run because he believes that he was not properly treated by the Republican Party. And, oh, by the way, he wasn't. That crowd that was in front of him during the Saturday night debate was mostly his enemies. And they sounded like it, and they proved they were his enemies with every statement that Donald Trump made. Remember, these statements that Donald Trump makes, he's made before. He makes them on the campaign trail, and people stand up and wildly cheer for these things. He says the same thing in a debate, and everybody boos. Why? Because the Republican Party is playing politics with the audience. Aaron Goldstein writes for the American Spectator, Donald Trump is threatening a third-party run again, so what else is new? At a town hall meeting in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, Trump objected to being booed at the GOP debate in Greenville on Saturday night after having accused former President George W. Bush of lying about WMDs in Iraq, as well as blaming him for the attacks on September 11th, 2001. Trump ranted, the RNC better get its act together because you know I signed a pledge. The pledge isn't being honored by the RNC. I signed a pledge, but it's a double-edged pledge. And he actually said that without screwing up.
The RNC better get its act together because, you know, I signed a pledge, but the pledge isn't being honored by them. I signed a pledge. The pledge isn't being honored by the RNC because those tickets were all special interest people. Just remember what I said. Remember in this room. I signed a pledge, but it's a double-edged pledge. And as far as I'm concerned, they're in default of their pledge.
They may be. They may be. But Donald Trump is not somebody to be trifled with. I believe Donald Trump would be honorable in his ideologies and his promises and not run a third-party campaign if indeed the Republican Party treated him properly. Well, the Republican Party needs to find a way to ride herd on all of this because not only does Donald Trump need to treat the Republican Party properly as well, he needs to treat his fellow candidates properly as well. And that garbage he threw at Jeb Bush is just inexcusable. It hurts the party. When he calls Ted Cruz a liar, it hurts the party. Ted Cruz is no more a liar than my Aunt Zelda's goat. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Ted Cruz is an honorable man. And he has been. And disagreements are not lies. Now, I realize that Donald Trump has a problem, and so does Donald Trump. Donald Trump realized that the business Donald Trump is getting in the way of the policymaker Donald Trump, and that's just endemic of what he has to deal with. That's just what he's got to deal with. He's going to have to find a better way to message it than trying to browbeat someone into not saying anything about it. And that's what Donald Trump is doing. What he's got to do is he's got to stand up and he says, look, I'm a businessman in New York. I do businessman things. That was the right thing to do. I've got proof. Look at my company. That's what he needs to do. And he needs to own it. He says, yeah, I said some statements 20 years ago about Planned Parenthood. I was wrong then. Which is why I am saying what I'm saying now. He's going to have to do a whole series of those things. But what he has to do more than anything in the whole world is he needs to stop hurting the Republican Party. President Reagan said it best. Do not violate the 11th commandment. Do not speak ill of your fellow Republican candidate. Don't do it. The only reason that it's not a bigger deal is that the Democrats are in such disarray. It's likely not going to matter that much. But remember what you have to do. The next president, I don't care who it is, if they care about the United States of America, if they care about the United States of America, is going to have to do some restorative work to this republic. They're going to have to clean up the mess. And we can make that mess bigger by attacking the personal credibility of the people that are very likely going to be called upon to clean it up. We have to stop that. Now, I'm not especially concerned whether Donald Trump is the nominee or not. I think what he's done is invaluable. I think it's a brilliant service to the United States. I think he deserves to be honored in a lot of different ways. And if he can win in South Carolina and win in the SEC primary, I don't think he's stoppable. Then he's got to start thinking about who he's going to run with. And oh, by the way, the best possible combination for Donald Trump would be Ted Cruz. So he's going to have to do something. He's going to have to do something to stop talking about Ted Cruz as a liar. These are mistakes that brand new rookie politicians make. And this is something that you can expect Donald Trump to do. But I do have a question. Here it is. If Donald Trump does run as a third-party candidate, if he does run as a third-party candidate, will you vote for him? 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. You're listening to the Wells Report. This is 660 AM The Answer.
Did your financial advisor lose 30% of your life savings in the last bear market? Are you afraid it could happen again? I'm Pastor David Mitchell, founder of New Street, a company that specializes in teaching you how to cut out the middleman and take control of your money. At our 2-day training session, you'll learn how business principles from the Bible, combined with our powerful skill sets for stock trading, can give you the ability to make informed financial decisions for your family. Having control can give you peace of mind even in an uncertain market, because nobody cares as much about your hard-earned money as you do. New venture on Wall Street. Build your legacy.
Coming to the Dallas Sheraton by the Galleria and Fort Worth Hampton Inn and Suites at Fossil Creek, February 19th and 20th. Only $99.95 for your entire household, plus a free ticket for a friend and full money-back guarantee. Call 877-907-TRADE. That's 877-907-8723. Or go to nvows.com. That's nvows.com.
There's a thin line between love and hate. If your timeshare has crossed that line, you need the timeshare specialist at timesharespecialist.com. We've been transferring timeshare ownerships for over 12 years and have helped over 50,000 timeshare owners find new freedom. The experts at timesharespecialists.com can help you get rid of those increasing annual maintenance fees, complicated exchanges, locked-in dates, and resale scams for good. Selling your timeshare by yourself can be almost impossible. Our specialists offer real solutions that relieve you of the burden of timeshare ownership. It's the worry-free way to end the frustration, stop the financial drain, and restore the freedom to vacation when you want, where you want. If your timeshare has crossed the line, turn to the experts at timesharespecialists.com or call 800-264-9797. That's 800-264-9797. Got timeshare troubles? We have answers. Find yours at timesharespecialists.com.
You know, I'm not a genius about money. I love my credit cards, and they love me. I was using them as a source of income, and then I got behind in my payments, and creditors were calling. I figured I had a problem, and I didn't know how to deal with it. I heard about Trinity, so I called and talked to a counselor. In half an hour, we worked out a plan. Now I've got one easy monthly payment, a lower interest rate, and I'm getting out of debt.
If you're in an endless cycle of paying on credit card balances that never seem to go away, then get ready for a toll-free number that will put you on a path to financial recovery. Trinity will consolidate your accounts, put a stop to late fees and over-limit charges, reduce your interest, and possibly improve your credit score. You'll save thousands. If your debt has you down, we should talk. Call 1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976. Call 1-800-990-6976.
Do you use a CPAP device for sleep apnea? Are you tired of dragging your bulky in-home device everywhere you travel? Then you need to know about Transcend, the world's first portable mini CPAP device. It lets you sleep in total comfort anywhere you go. And right now, you can try it risk-free for 10 days by calling 1-800-775-1193. Transcend from minicpap.com is as small as a soda can and weighs less than a pound. For even more freedom, you can add a battery that's as tiny as a deck of cards. Transcend is so small and so light, you can fit it in your briefcase or purse to use anywhere you go. It's FAA compliant too, so you can sleep comfortably even while flying. Transcend is our smallest, lightest, and most portable mini CPAP design ever, offering all the performance of a bulky standard in-home device. Enjoy the freedom to sleep comfortably. Call minicpap.com now for your 10-day in-home trial. 1-800-775-1193. Again, that's 1-800-775-1193.
Hi, I'm Larry Patterson, owner of Glass Doctor. In our disposable society, we're conditioned to throw out the whole thing when just one part goes bad. Like when the insulated glass windows in your home get condensation between the panes. You don't need to replace the whole window. The specialists at Glass Doctor can install new insulated glass in your existing frames with a lifetime warranty for a lot less than you might think. To see how quick and easy it is, visit glassdoctor.com today. That's glassdoctor.com.
Call the Glass Doctor, we'll fix your paint. Oh, yeah!
The year is not so new anymore, but your carpets can look that way with Zero Res. Hey, Mark Davis, my friends at Zero Res just gave me a fantastic carpet cleaning, and I'm offering it to you. $33 a room. $33 a room by calling 214-37-CLEAN. Then, plus 100 square feet of tile cleaning for free and a $50 gift card from Estilo Gaucho. It is pre-treated, clean, and sanitized. Best carpet cleaning ever from my friends at Zero Res. $33 a room. Call them now for the special. 214-37-CLEAN for Zero Res. 214-37-CLEAN.
Listen to us live on iHeartRadio, 660 AM. The Answer. Isn't thinking so much more fun than getting yelled at? The Wells Report on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report, and last Saturday night, Donald Trump was somewhat unhinged. He was angry about who was sitting in front of him because he felt the RNC had seated the crowd with his enemies, and he was right. And he let some of that anger leak out on stage, and it hurt him. Is he still out in front in South Carolina? Yes. But it hurt him nonetheless, and it hurt the Republican Party. It was damaging to everyone. He then threatened another third-party run. I want to know, if Donald Trump runs as a third-party independent candidate, will you vote for him or not? And why? 866-660-5759. Let me talk to Mark in Cleburne. Mark, thanks for joining us. Hi.
Hey, how's it going, Master Sergeant?
I'm doing wonderfully well, Mark. Good to talk to you.
Yeah, well, as I was telling your call screener, all those that said go Trump go and were pumping their fists created this monster, and I'm sorry, it's become a monster. And now he's got everyone with a gun to their head, because if he doesn't like what's going to happen, or if he gets his butt kicked in South Carolina, or he loses the whole thing to Ted Cruz or someone else, he will go third party just to burn the whole bridge down, just to show how powerful he believes he is.
I don't know that that's the case. I think that the Republican Party needs to learn a lesson that they have not learned. They didn't learn it in 2012. They didn't learn it in 2008. And that was that the voters decide who their champion is to be, period. And I think that Donald Trump is trying to teach the Republican Party to stop meddling in the votes of people and stop trying to manipulate these contests for the sake of party interests.
Yeah, but what happens to Ted Cruz, that's who I'm supporting. That's who I voted for today, and I'm proud to do it.
Yep.
He gets it, and then, like I said, and he decides to burn the whole thing down because Cruz beats him.
Well, let me just say this, okay? I don't know why it is that Donald Trump has anything to do with this anyway. I don't know why he got into this, except I do know what he did after he got into it, which was completely disassociated the bullying gotcha game that was being played by the mainstream media on mostly Republican candidates, but there were a few that were gotcha'd by this group of sort of journalists. He blew that out of the water. He was the first guy to make people realize that political correctness was costing people's lives. And he was also the first guy that would literally tell somebody to buzz off and make it stick. So I don't know why that guy would do these very important services for a system that was clearly hurt by them, and then go back out and then hurt the system again if he didn't get his way. It seems to me that what he's doing, those two scenarios don't agree with me, and I think that Donald Trump would, if anything, do something that hits with impact. I think what he would probably end up doing is he'd probably say, thanks very much for the run. I've truly enjoyed it. Good luck to the nominee. And I think he'd start working for the nominee.
Well, I hope you're right on that. I just don't see what I've seen in these debates lately and the way he's doing his campaigning. I just don't. I see him wanting to burn the bridge down if he doesn't become the top dog.
I don't know. We'll see. We will watch. I don't think he's that petty, but it's possible. Mark, thanks very much for joining us on the Wells Report here on 660 AM The Answer. JB, stick around. You too, Joey. I want to talk to you a little bit about Donald Trump. He's threatened to run third party. If he does, will you vote for him? 866-660-5759. If Donald Trump runs as a third party candidate, will you vote for him? 866-660-5759. You're listening to the Wells Report. We'll be back with more coming up in just a couple of minutes. Also, details on how you can watch these candidates live, if not in person, next on 660 AM The Answer.
Hey, it's Mark Davis from my friend Josh DeShong. The real estate world of Josh DeShong sells houses when others cannot. I am living proof. Lisa and I are so thrilled with Josh. He came in and sold our house with blinding speed. You want a promise. You want somebody who's going to sit down with you and say, I promise to sell your house. Most folks won't do this. Josh will. His website is getsold.net, and he is telling you your house will get sold. How does he do this? Well, you call him at the number I'm about to give you. He sits down with you and says, let's arrive at an agreed upon price and an agreed upon time frame. If that house of yours does not sell at that price in that time frame, he, Josh DeShong, simply buys your house. That's it. You're out. You're at closing. You move on. So call him and call him today. Don't waste a day. 972-325-6644. 972-325-6644. D Magazine Best Realtor 3 years in a row. I'll love him forever. Josh DeShong, getsold.net. 972-325-6644.
44.
Is there a section in your closet reserved for those smaller clothes that don't fit anymore?
Oh, Dr. Jimmy, you just read my mind. I just couldn't bring myself to part with those clothes. But I got with the program at Fat Loss DFW, and I've lost 36 pounds. And I feel great. In fact, you'll lose 20 to 40 pounds in 40 days guaranteed with this doctor-supervised plan at Fat Loss DFW that's going to be customized for your own individual body.
You can start feeling better about yourself and get back into those clothes. With Fat Loss DFW, lose 20 to 40 pounds in 40 days guaranteed and regain your confidence with Fat Loss DFW.
So call right now, 844-801-THIN. That's 844-801-THIN, or go to the web and look up fatlossdfw.com. I've lost 36 pounds, and if I can do it, you can too. So please call 844-801-THIN or online at fatlossdfw.com.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. Well, it's that time of year again. When the AC business is slow, the gimmicks start to flow. Right now, you'll hear 50% off sales, warehouse clearance sales, and my personal favorite, the guy who says he'll work for no profit. Nobody can run a business without profit. So rather than insult your intelligence with silly gimmicks, we partnered with a utility provider to offer real instant rebates, up to $1,800 off qualifying systems. But the utility funds are limited, so we're offering our free estimates on a first-come, first-served basis. If you need a new AC system, call the no-profit guy, then call the 50% off guys, and then call us. I guarantee we'll beat their price with brand-name Carrier equipment because we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437, or visit us online at ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Did you know by age 50, half of all men have an enlarged prostate? This means more trips to the bathroom, longer time in the bathroom, waking at night to go, or issues in your romantic life. If this sounds familiar, call us now, because we're shipping free bottles of Super Beta Prostate to listeners of this station. Super Beta Prostate is a non-prescription formula guaranteed to reduce the symptoms of your enlarged prostate. It's yours free. Pay only shipping and handling. Just call 1-800-952-3467. In clinical trials, the ingredient in Super Beta Prostate was shown to reduce urges to use the bathroom, speed up bathroom trips, reduce waking at night to go, and improve quality of life. This Super Beta Prostate free offer is for listeners of this station, but it won't last. Don't wait. Just call 1-800-952-3467. That's 1-800-952-3467. Call 1-800-952-3467.
And the Grammy goes to... And the American Music Award goes to...
Mr. Stephen Curtis Jackson.
Hi, we're Third Day. We're forming sort of one new band called SCC 3D.
Our sister station's doing it again. The 94.9 KLTY Concert Series welcomes Stephen Curtis Chapman with Third Day at the Verizon Theater on April 30th. Get your tickets right now at AXS.com. AXS.com.
In Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 2, God says, "Write in a book all the words I've spoken to you." Is there a story in you today? Have you ever felt urged by God to write those words in a book? Zulon Press is the largest, most experienced Christian self-publisher in the world, and they're offering a free publishing guide at ChristianPublishingGuide.com. They've helped thousands of people just like you tell their stories and touched thousands of lives.
Share your story and find out more today at 660amtheanswer.com. Visit 660amtheanswer.com now.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. Now, the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. If indeed Donald Trump chooses to run as a third-party candidate, will you vote for him? 866-660-5759. Joey in Flower Mound. Welcome to the Wells Report. Hi.
Well, it kind of depends. If Ted Cruz or Dr. Carson are not the nominee and Trump decides to run as a third party, yes, I would vote for him because I'm sick of the mainstream Republicans that like to give away the farm just like the Democrats, and that tell us a bunch of stories that they never intend to follow through with.
I know exactly how you feel. I know exactly how you feel, but I am concerned that we may not be able to save it if we do what we did in 2008 and 2012.
Well, my deal is that I think if the Republican Party won't, we may have to, out of no choice, start a new party.
Well, you know, I was very, very clear. I was very, very clear that if Mitt Romney lost the 2012 presidential election, that I was going to go to every Tea Party in Texas and I was going to attempt them to change the T into a C and create the Conservative Party of Texas. It seems as though you can't get the Republican Party's attention unless you are a coveted voter group. And it seems to me that the Tea Party, who has elected state reps, state senators, governors, House of Representative members, senators, all over the country, doing something that no third party has ever done, would be able to do exactly what we're talking about here. And it seems to me that if the Republican Party doesn't get their crap together in a big hurry, that's going to happen. Now, what that does mean, of course, is that the Conservative Party vote would be split between these two parties, and the Republican Party and whatever the third party would be, let's call it the Conservative Party of America, would probably guarantee a succession of Democrat, quote, victories, unquote. But I'm not exactly sure that wouldn't be, I don't know that that's not going to happen anyway. I don't know whether or not we're going to be in a situation where the Democrats are going to be able to engineer their way into everything that they've always wanted and then destroy the country with it. You see, as a conservative voter, what I'm looking for right now is I'm looking to try to figure out just how big the mess is we want to clean up. How big is the mess you want to clean up after the Democrats, the progressives, the socialists, the leftists are finished with this great country? How many decades do you want it to take? Remember, the former Soviet Union fell to earth in 1989. Let's make it 1990. So it's 10, 20, 25 years, 26 years since the Soviet Union fell on its face, and they're still not back yet. I'm 58 years old. I turned 58 on February 7th. You know what? My concern is that I don't know that I want to spend the next 25 years watching this country being torn to pieces by these anti-American thugs. On the other hand, what if the anti-American thugs I'm worried about are Republicans? Because I've also said that the most destructive people in the American political movement right now are moderate Republicans that enable Democrats, because you have no idea where they're going to be next. I look at Marco Rubio, and I see a guy that was a member of the Gang of Eight that came up with an amnesty plan. We don't need an amnesty plan. We need a real immigration system. And these are the things that we, the people of the United States, have been asking for and have been promised and have watched being set aside time and time and time again by various Republican lawmakers. Let me get to Bill. Hang on. Let me get to Bill in Dallas, Texas. Bill, welcome to the Wells Report. Hi.
Hi, Jon-David. I'd vote for Trump if the rhinos give Obama his Supreme Court pick. That will throw me off the edge.
I've made that clear. I just did a tweet. In fact, somebody in Illinois said honestly, I'm finished with the Republican Party if indeed they do that. If they cave and give President Obama another Supreme Court justice, no matter who it is, I'm done. I've done all I can. You know, I will have to scratch R's beneath the other names on the list of people trying to damage and destroy America. And I will have had it. I've done it. You know, I've had enough. I was so mad at the Republican Party between 2004 and 2006. Man, you know, I mean, think about what President George W. Bush wanted to do. He ran on a platform twice of reform of Social Security and reform of the IRS. What would have happened if he had been able to get those two things done between 2004 and 2006 when Bill Frist was running the Senate? Think of the country we would live in now. But we didn't get that country because Republican politicians muffed it. I was so mad I walked away. I've been talking about the Constitution and what it means to this great country ever since. And I want to see people in high elected office that feel the same way about this nation I do, that care about it as much as I do, that want to see it succeed as much as I do. I don't look at this nation as a political opportunity. I do look at this nation as the shining city on the hill. I love the fact that I live here. And I want to continue loving the fact that I live here. I don't know what you think about Jeb Bush. I don't have any idea. But he did something really, really cool today. I'm going to tell you about it in just a minute. Let me get to Philip in Arlington. Philip, welcome to the Wells Report. Hi.
How you doing, sir?
I'm perfect, thanks.
I've been listening to you. I've been, back and forth with this, but to vote for Trump when he become, if he went third party, I'd have to say no.
Yeah, that would be a smart move. And it would be interesting to see how many people would follow you in making that decision because it's a tough one.
Well, I don't know that it's so tough because I was, my quandary is that even if he won the nomination, I don't think that I would vote for him.
Well, you see, here's the thing. Like I said, I don't know that we have much choice, but I also don't know what Donald Trump actually stands for. I have no idea, and neither do you, and neither does anybody.
That's the trouble, and I know why. I feel like I know why he got into the race in the first place was, and I'm not sure who instigated it, but he's in there to stir it up. Same as that guy did back several years back in the 80s.
Yeah, except you're talking about Ross Perot. But but the thing about it is that Ross was not doing it for the same reason.
See, I think Trump probably is. I think his whole purpose is to disrupt, and
I don't think so.
As close as he was with the Democratic Party, and Hillary in particular, I think his whole purpose is to do that. And I thought all along that at some point in his rhetoric through the campaign, he's going to start self-destructing, and that is exactly what he seems to be doing.
Well, he's getting close. He's getting close. Thanks, Philip. I appreciate the call. So here's what happened. Today, somewhere, Florida Governor Jeb Bush, candidate for the presidency, took a picture of a fine pistol. Looks like a Sig Sauer to me. And it has engraved on the top, Governor Jeb Bush. And with that was one word, America, period. I don't know that America needs another moderate Republican president, but I can tell you that that made me feel good today. And there are not many things in this presidential campaign on either side that makes you feel good. I love listening to Marco Rubio. I love listening to him speak. I love hearing the things he has to say. I just wish he actually meant them. I don't know that he doesn't, but I don't know that he does. I know that Ted Cruz means what he says. It hurts me that he keeps being pummeled for his honesty, because I know Ted Cruz to be an honest man. But when Governor Jeb Bush put this picture up on Twitter today and said, America, it made me feel good for a minute. Still makes me feel good when I see it. Not always the case for everybody else. Piers Morgan tweeted back, "Are you effing kidding me?" And Piers Morgan, who is an American liberal, he is a Labor Party guy in England and a failed talk show host on CNN. Are you effing kidding me? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. I know why he feels that way. Because he was raised in a country with totalitarian past, with a totalitarian past. He was raised in that country where the common folk, the common people, do not have the right to defend themselves. They gave up the right to effectively defend themselves when they gave up their weapons. And so Piers Morgan is very, very comfortable being oppressed by his government. They still do it to this day. Ordinary citizens in the UK are second-class citizens insofar as they cannot defend themselves legally. The police can. And so they lord over the people, like they always have. So that's why Piers Morgan is going, are you effing kidding me? We, the people of the United States, have been given the power by our Creator to defend ourselves with deadly force. The framers of our nation knew that that was a critical freedom and liberty that guaranteed the rest of our freedoms and liberties. It is America. That single concept of being able to defend yourself against enemies foreign and domestic as a citizen and nothing more. Just as a citizen to be able to do those things is one of the reasons why we are this shining city on the hill. Because when the Vandals come to try to extinguish those lights, we simply extinguish their lives. As well we should, and as we ought. At the end of all of it, we, the people of the United States, defend this land. And we know that it's our job and our responsibility to do so. And apparently so does Jeb Bush. Nice going, Jeb. That was a good one. This is the Wells Report. Patriot Mobile is the place to do your cell phone talking. Hi, I'm Jon-David Wells for the Wells Report. Talk and text plans 10 to 15% lower than the big guys. Great smartphones, regular flip phones, whatever phone you want. You don't have to wait another couple of years because Patriot Mobile will buy you out of your contract. They'll let you keep your number. They'll save you money. And there's something else. Patriot Mobile is the only cell phone company in the world that donates 5% of every dollar to conservative causes, groups, and candidates. Plus, They're local. They're right here in Southlake. Let your neighbors take care of your cell phone service. The most important election of our lifetime is right here. Last time around, Big Mobile preferred Hillary over Obama and stands to reap huge profits from the Clinton brand of crony capitalism in 2016. You can do something about that. Do not be a part of the hundreds of millions of dollars that big cell phone companies spend on liberal agenda items, candidates, and values. What you need to do is get in touch with Patriot Mobile, a conservative cell phone company for conservatives, and you can find this out for yourself by going to patriotmobile.com. Go to patriotmobile.com, tell them you heard about it on the Wells Report, and you will be a happy capitalist adventurer with your new cell phone from Patriot Mobile.
The Wells Report, must-hear radio on 660 AM. The Answer.
Hey, everybody, Mark Davis for my friends at Abacus Foundation Repair. I love birthdays and anniversaries, always a time to celebrate, and they are celebrating 15 years at Abacus Foundation Repair, 15 years of serving North Texas. Now, this celebration is about to come to an end. People have been enjoying it, too. You know what they've done? $1,000 off any foundation job with 10 or more pilings, and these are no ordinary pilings. We're talking about Millennium composite pilings for the strongest foundation solution. So call about that $1,000 off offer at 972-406-9000. 972-406-9000. Call Abacus first if you even think you got a foundation problem. Cracks in the sheetrock, doors that stick, 972-406-9000. Work is guaranteed. Certified foundation person on site at all times. You will be taken care of. 972-406-9000 or Abacus, A-B-A-C-U-S, Abacus Foundation Repair. The Abacus, little thing you can count on. Get it? You can count on Abacus. AbacusFoundationRepair.com, 972-406-9000.
Hi, I'm Brendan Burchard. Some people call me the world's highest paid motivational trainer, and some people call me crazy because I've just authorized a nationwide giveaway of my recent New York Times bestseller, The Motivation Manifesto. In the next 24 hours, I want to give away as many free books as possible. To get your hardcover copy, call 1-800-600-7769 or go to motivationbook.com. If you want to reach your true potential, personally, professionally, or financially, you need this book. You'll discover how to stop feeling tired and overwhelmed, identify the major enemies keeping you from living your dreams, and learn the secrets to defeating them. I'll teach you my proven strategies to start attaining the levels of drive and personal success you're craving: financial freedom, emotional freedom, time freedom. Due to high demand, I can only offer one free book per household. To get your free book while supplies last, call now, 1-800-600-7769. That's 1-800-600-7769. Or go to motivationbook.com.
Think you're fat? You might just be bloated. Find out by calling now for a free trial of New Biotics, the new breakthrough that flattens bloated bellies fast. For a free trial, call 1-800-700-6757.
I used to be plagued by potbelly and constant bloating. After taking New Biotics, my belly flattened and continues to get flatter. My sense of bloating and discomfort is gone.
If you've got a big belly, you might not be fat. You might just be bloated. New Biotics is scientifically formulated with natural ingredients to flatten bloated bellies fast by cleansing pounds of rotting food and toxic sludge from your body. It even combats periodic heartburn and acid reflux. So just think how much better you'll look and feel. Think you might be bloated? Call now for a free trial of New Biotics and see how much flatter it makes your belly. You might be surprised. But hurry, call now for details while these free trials last. 1-800-700-6757. That's 1-800-700-6757. 1-800-700-6757.
Hall of Fame catcher Johnny Bench for Blue Emu.
I've used Blue Emu products for 10 years. They all have deep penetrating emu oil, but now for those hard to reach places, there's Blue Emu Continuous Pain Relief Spray, made with emu oil and the same active ingredient as the leading pain relief cream. Blue Emu Continuous Pain Relief Spray helps with all my joint pains and muscle aches. Blue Emu Continuous Pain Relief Spray. Take it from me, it works fast and you won't stink.
Available at Walmart, Rite Aid, and stores everywhere.
660 AM. The Answer. The Wells Report, must-hear radio on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Our telephone number 866-660-5759. The University of Portland has launched a Speak Up webpage that encourages students to report incidents of discomfort to its public safety department, the police department. We ask members of our community to speak up and report alleged incidents of discrimination and incidents of discomfort regarding observed or experienced interactions of intolerance. The top resource listed under reporting options is the university's public safety department, which operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Includes a director, 2 sergeants, 9 public safety officers. Below that, the Title IX Student Conduct and Human Resources Department are listed as additional reporting options. The Beacon campus newspaper reports Speak Up was created at a time when students of color felt isolated on campus through the widespread use of microaggressions. Tell you what, I'm not sending anybody I know, any kid I know, to the University of Portland. The best part about this is this will all stop as soon as it starts costing universities lots and lots and lots of money. This is the Wells Report.
Hey, everybody, Mark Davis from my friends at Walker AC. The AC stands for air conditioning. It'll be a little while before we need that again. In the meantime, it's heat that is at issue. And let me tell you, Walker AC is my heating company as well. Walker Air Conditioning and Heating at walkerac.com and the magic phone number 972-4, Walker, 972-4-Walker. These are the people to go to when your system needs fixing, when your system needs replacing. They're never going to sell you a system you don't need. They're going to do the repairs right at a fair price. If they can't fix it, they'll tell you about it and introduce you to the best price on the best system for you. It's people you can trust. Isn't that what it's all about? Trust with AC and heating, and Walker AC is there for you at walkerac.com and 972-4-WALKER, 972, the number 4-WALKER. If something's just not working right, if things are chilly when they shouldn't be, your heater's not working, give them a call, 972-4, the number 4-WALKER, 972-4-WALKER, or walkerac.com.
The following is an incredible, life-changing free offer for anyone with hearing problems who wants to start hearing everything more clearly again. We are now offering free in-home trials of a revolutionary hearing breakthrough called Listen Clear to anyone who calls this special toll-free number now, 1-800-953-9975. Call in the next 10 minutes and you'll also qualify for free shipping and free batteries for life. Listen Clear is precisely designed by top audio engineers. It adjusts to let you find the perfect way to hear everything, wherever you are and whatever you're doing. And Listen Clear is so invisible, people may not even know you're wearing it. And it's so lightweight, you may even forget you're wearing it too. Don't miss this special life-changing opportunity to hear everything more clearly again for free with a 100% free in-home trial, free shipping, and even free batteries for life. For free information, call now. 1-800-953-9975. That's 1-800-953-9975. 1-800-953-9975.
Have you ever considered joining the military but stopped because you couldn't deploy to a foreign country? Believe it or not, the state of Texas has its own military force that stands alongside the Texas National Guard, the Texas Air National Guard, and serves only inside the state of Texas. It's called the Texas State Guard. I'm Tech Sergeant John Wells of the 4th Air Wing, and we're looking for you to join us. Give us a call at 877-398-8350. That's 877-398-8350. If you love Texas as much as we do, join the 4th Air Wing of the Texas State Guard.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group on the NASDAQ as SALM, KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio. I'm Lisa Listener. Tensions heating up in the South China Sea as evidence surfaces that China is stockpiling weapons on a disputed island.
President Obama discussing the tensions on Tuesday at the meeting of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations in California.
We discussed the need for tangible steps in the South China Sea to lower tensions, including a halt to further reclamation, new construction, and militarization of disputed areas. Freedom of navigation must be upheld, and lawful commerce should not be impeded.
A United Nations ruling on China's maritime claims is expected sometime later this year.
Fox's Kevin Court.
The Constitution is pretty clear about what is supposed to happen now.
President Obama once again saying he will nominate a Supreme Court justice to replace Antonin Scalia, who died suddenly over the weekend. The president speaking at the Asia Pacific Summit. Fox News. We report, you decide.
This is 660 AM. The Answer.
Davis from my friend Josh DeShong. The real estate world of Josh DeShong sells houses when others cannot. I am living proof. Lisa and I are so thrilled with Josh. He came in and sold our house with blinding speed. You want a promise. You want somebody who's going to sit down with you and say, I promise to sell your house. Most folks won't do this. Josh will. His website is getsold.net, and he is telling you your house will get sold. How does he do this? Well, you call him at the number I'm about to give you. He sits down with you and says, let's arrive at an agreed upon price and an agreed upon time frame. If that house of yours does not sell at that price in that time frame, he, Josh DeShong, simply buys your house. That's it. You're out. You're at closing. You move on. So call him and call him today. Don't waste a day. 972-325-6644. 972-325-6644. D Magazine Best Realtor 3 years in a row. I'll love him forever. Josh DeShong, getsold.net. 972-325-6644.
Are you in the market for a new gun? Is there a specific brand that you're looking for? Or are you looking to buy from someone you trust and someone who has the knowledge to help you? You could get your new gun anywhere, but no place will have a selection better than Texas Gun Pros. When it comes to buying guns, Texas Gun Pros is here to help. Come in and let our guys match you with the perfect gun to meet your needs, whether it's for hunting, personal protection, or just having fun at the range. Texas Gun Pros has it. With our local inventory and vast online catalog, you have access to thousands of guns from the country's best distributors. Texas Gun Pros is the only place in North Texas that can give you the gun you want for the price you can afford. Don't miss out on the amazing selection and friendly staff at Texas Gun Pros. Stop by our North Richland Hills location or visit us on the web at texasgunpros.com. That's texasgunpros.com. texasgunpros.com. And see how it feels to be a member of the Texas Gun Pros family.
People who can afford a LASIK procedure sure are lucky. Imagine being able to throw away your contacts and glasses. Imagine waking up tomorrow with 20/20 vision. Too bad everyone can't afford LASIK. Well, guess what? There's a company that agrees with you. The LASIK Vision Institute is now offering dramatically low prices on high-quality LASIK to make it affordable for everyone. That means you get the latest FDA-approved LASIK technology for a fraction of what others charge. And if you call right now, we'll schedule a free appointment so you can discover if LASIK is right for you. Results may vary. Call 1-800-700-1851. Even better, if you're one of the first 100 callers, ask about an extra 20% discount off our already low-cost services. We've already performed over 1 million procedures. Let us help you. Discover how you can get the quality LASIK experience you deserve at a fraction of what others charge. For your free appointment, call 1-800-700-1851. 1-800-700-1851.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
Do you have a family? Would you like to help make sure they'll be taken care of if anything were to happen to you? If you answered yes, you probably need life insurance. Now, do you think life insurance is expensive? If you answered yes to that too, you definitely need to give AIG Direct a call. We could find you a $250,000 policy for just $14 a month, which means you could save hundreds of dollars a year. Call us now for a free, no-obligation quote. 1-800-433-5915. Since 1995, we've helped millions of people find out if they could save up to 70% on their term life insurance. See how affordably we can help you protect your family. Call AIG Direct now for your free quote. 1-800-433-5915. You could save up to 70%. That's 1-800-433-5915. 1-800-433-5915.
Are you ready to take your education to the next level? Arizona State University now offers more than 100 top-tier degree programs, 100% online. With ASU's highly ranked online programs, you'll earn the same degree as our on-campus students, with the ability to learn wherever you want, whenever you want. Same world-renowned faculty, same leading education, same global recognition from one of the top universities in the world. Call 1-800-581-3263. That's 1-800-581-3263.
I'm Jamie from Sherman Oaks, and I just graduated with my degree from Arizona State University. I chose ASU because I received the quality education I deserved in the major I wanted, all from my home.
Jamie's not the only one to earn a degree from ASU. There are over 100 degree programs offered 100% online from one of the top universities. Now's the time to learn more about earning your degree online from Arizona State University. Call 1-800-581-3263. That's 1-800-581-3263.
In Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 2, God says, "Write in a book all the words I've spoken to you." Is there a story in you today? Have you ever felt urged by God to write those words in a book? Zulon Press is the largest, most experienced Christian self-publisher in the world, and they're offering a free publishing guide at christianpublishingguide.com. They've helped thousands of people just like you tell their stories and touched thousands of lives.
Share your story and find out more today at 660amtheanswer.com. Visit 660amtheanswer.com now.
660 AM, The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. There comes a time in your life when you have to learn when to shut up. And when you don't know when to shut up, it makes the problem worse and worse and worse. I don't know whether you saw this article in The Hill or not. It's a great article. Alexander Bolton wrote it. But it talks about Hillary Clinton and how women serving in the United States Senate say that Hillary is being subjected to an unfair, sexist, double standard on the campaign trail. What? What are they talking about, you may ask? Well, here we go. Criticisms of Clinton's tone of voice have become prominent in recent weeks, stirring strong feelings among Senate Democrat women who say they too have had to battle the stereotype of the shrill female. Senator Barbara Mikulski, the Democrat from Maryland, said she's often judged by a double standard. Many of we women feel that it's a double standard. What's being said about Hillary is what women have heard for centuries. You're too loud, you're too aggressive, you're too pushy. Why do you want the vote? Senate Democrat women have raised their concerns about the public treatment of Clinton in private conversations with their colleagues, with lawmakers keeping close watch on the primary battle with Senator Bernie Sanders. There are many Senate men that feel the same way. It's an equal opportunity for frustration. When are we going to start talking about ideas? Do we have any sound of Hillary Clinton on the we don't. That's just as well. Because Hillary yells into the microphone in this angry, shrill, shrieking voice that I and most American men have been subjected to for the last 30 years. We've been told we're stupid. We've been told we're misogynists. We've been told we're sexist. We've been told that we are sexual harassers. We've been told that we are dumb. We've been told that we are unnecessary. We've been browbeaten by women into believing that, or the attempt has been made to get us to believe that masculinity is wrong. And Hillary Clinton, when she's on the stump, screaming at America, reinforces all those stereotypes. Do I personally assign it to Hillary Clinton? No. No, she's just the latest practitioner of it. Again, I'm in a position here where, as I sit here and watch these people year after year after year do really stupid stuff year after year after year, and me being a solutions-oriented guy, I keep coming up with solutions. Here's one. Hillary, when you watched Margaret Thatcher, the Iron Lady of Great Britain, rule Britannia, did you ever hear her yell about anything? When she helped President Reagan stare down the Soviet Union, did you ever hear her yell? I mean, just yell? What America needs is more than that! No, you never did. You know why? Because Margaret Thatcher didn't need to yell. She realized that volume was not going to get her point across any better. But you see, here's the problem. The simple problem of the fact is this, is that there is venom in that yelling. It's more than yelling. You're venting. We, the people of the United States, do not need to be vented on. Certainly not by people we wish to employ as our president. What you need to do is you need to get your public act together. But every time you become less strident and less shrieky and less screamy, what you end up doing is you become cold and angry. Why is it? Why are you either yelling or coming across as cold and angry? Why is that, Hillary? I'll let you ponder that for just a couple of minutes. Let me take a few phone calls. Josh in McAllen, Texas. Welcome to the Wells Report. Hi.
Hey, John. So, long time since I talked to you.
It has been a long time. How's the cartooning going?
It's still going. I'll get you a new one pretty soon.
You need to do that, my friend.
But in the meantime, I also want to point out, while I've been listening to you, that Hillary has also been getting aggressive towards women. I mean, she's got a more strong voice. Naturally, there are people that are talking about the go to hell statements, but she's also been focusing on why are women not supporting her? Why she needs to be more of the woman candidate for the female votes, and she's questioning why women aren't voting for her. So it's more of a sexist on her part than it is just asking about the points of the politics.
And you've also begun to zero in on the real problem here. By the way, for those of you who don't know, this is Captain Josh. I had the privilege of serving with Captain Jackson during Operation Strong Safety and learned a great deal from this great soldier. And sir, it's a pleasure to hear from you.
Thank you. I'm glad to be supporting and listening to you.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Let me get to Steve in Allen, Texas. Steve, welcome to the Wells Report. Hello.
Hi. I find it amusing that she's complaining about this double standard. She's been called shrill and angry. When every time she turns around, she's calling me old, white, and angry.
Yeah.
And like she says, the only reason the GOP is holding up Barack Obama's nominees is we're old, angry white men and we're racist.
Yeah, right.
So she's the victim of the double standard. Oh, and I just wanted to add, Barbara Mikulski, when are we going to talk about ideas? How about when she stops calling me racist for having different ones than she does?
There's a good one. You see, you're getting the point. None of us have anything personal against Hillary Clinton. None of us do. Most of the men in my generation don't care whether Hillary Clinton is a man or a woman. You know what we care about? We care about solutions to problems that seem intractable because they have become playthings of the politic. That's what we're upset with. I don't care what gender equipment is carried by the person who solves those problems, as long as the problems are solved. But you see, that doesn't solve the Hillary question. Why does Hillary do this? Why is she this woman? And I'll tell you why. Because she is so incredibly sure that everything that she believes is obviously true, that she is stunned to find out that there are lots and lots and lots of people out there that disagree. She can't believe it. It annoys her to realize that there are most people in America, and she's about to find this out. Most people in America find her obnoxious, snide, and superior. We find her to be toxically arrogant. And that's just the way she acts. Now, a lot of this has to do with the fact that no one ever took her aside, apparently, and told her how a microphone works. Joe Scarborough, strangely enough, MSNBC, said she shouts. There's something unrelaxed about the way she's communicating on Morning Joe on MSNBC. He's right. See, she gets caught up in who's in front of her. She doesn't realize that there are television cameras beaming everything she says everywhere in the world. Now, I'm saying this because that's why she begins to yell. But it's not going to make any difference if she stops it or not, because if she stops yelling, the anger and the coldness and the arrogance will come to the fore again, as it always does. What Hillary needs to do is she needs to work on the inside. She needs to work on her head a little bit. But she needs a massive understanding of humility, and she doesn't have it. Hillary Clinton does not have a shred of the humility necessary to be the president of the United States. The woman is hell on wheels. And she doesn't know any other way of dealing with life in general. Again, I have no dog in this hunt. And by the way, the stupid barking she did today in New York, if she was a Republican, that would be her "I can see Russia from my house" moment. But she's not a Republican. Therefore, it won't be on Saturday Night Live. Therefore, it won't be another Howard Dean yowling moment when she's barking in front of Al Sharpton. Seriously? Anyway, I don't want women to be put off about the fact that I have been honest enough with my assessment of how I feel about this woman. But I do want to make it very plain that at some point, we, the people of the United States, have to stop yammering at men as if they are idiots. We're not. And nobody would put up with this on the concerted and consistent basis as men have for the last 30 years. You're listening to the Wells Report.
Hey, it's Mark Davis for my friends at Good Feet. I've described the many ways the right arch supports can help. Look, for some people, foot pain isn't just an inconvenience. It's a threat to the very work they do.
A construction guy comes in and told me, "I'm afraid I'm going to get fired. My feet hurt so bad. I can't do what I need to do at work. You got to help me." It's unbelievable how quickly the product changes some things for some people.
If you're one of those people with foot pain affecting your livelihood, real help is here in all 3 locations of Good Feet: Plano, Fort Worth, and Southlake. The adventure begins at goodfeetdfw.com, goodfeetdfw.com, where you can get out of pain today. If you're working out a lot and you want to avoid foot pain, arch support means everything. Men, women, all the shapes and sizes and styles you need from Good Feet. Again, they are in Plano, Fort Worth, and Southlake. Check them out at goodfeetdfw.com. That's goodfeetdfw.com. It's America's #1 arch support, goodfeetdfw.com.
Control, this is QL1. Side hatch is secure.
QL1, this is Control. We copy, showing normal cabin pressure. Over.
Control, this is QL1. Do you like mortgages?
That's a negative, QL1. Over.
Control, do you like rockets?
That's affirmative, QL1. Over.
Do you like rocket mortgages?
I'm listening. Over.
Of course you are, Control. Everyone likes rockets. Control, Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans is the first on-demand mortgage machine that turns the entire mortgage process into a fast, powerful, completely online experience.
Copy that, QL1. I'm going to go ahead and push this button in. 3, 2, 1.
Rocket Mortgage at QuickenLoans.com. Push button, get mortgage.
Rocket.
Visit for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSconsumeraccess.org number 3030.
Hi, I'm Brendan Burchard. Some people call me the world's highest paid motivational trainer. And some people call me crazy because I've just authorized a nationwide giveaway of my recent New York Times bestseller, The Motivation Manifesto. In the next 24 hours, I want to give away as many free books as possible. To get your hardcover copy, call 1-800-600-7769 or go to motivationbook.com. If you want to reach your true potential, personally, professionally, or financially, you need this book. You'll discover how to stop feeling tired and overwhelmed, identify the major enemies keeping you from living your dreams, and learn the secrets to defeating them. I'll teach you my proven strategies to start attaining the levels of drive and personal success you're craving: financial freedom, emotional freedom, time freedom. Due to high demand, I can only offer one free book per household. To get your free book while supplies last, call now, 1-800-600-7769. That's 1-800-600-7769. Or go to motivationbook.com.
John Truitt, CEO of Simple Sleep Services here. You've probably heard Mark Davis talk about sleep apnea and snoring. If you're ready to stop snoring and treat your sleep apnea, you have options. Wear a big, bulky CPAP mask, have surgery, and deal with the recovery and downtime. Or go with the Simple solution. The Simple Sleep system from Simple Sleep Services is a compact, comfortable, custom-fit solution that's proven to stop snoring and treat your sleep apnea. It's covered by most medical insurance. No mood-killing mask, no pain or downtime, just a better night's sleep for you and the one next to you. Stop dreaming about a better night's sleep. Learn more at simplesleepservices.com or call 469-685-1700. That's 469-685-1700 or click simplesleepservices.com. The choice is simple. Go to simplesleepservices.com. Offices conveniently located in both Dallas and Fort Worth. Stop snoring, sleep healthy, live life.
And the Grammy goes to... And the American Music Award goes to...
Mr. Stephen Curtis Johnson.
The third day.
We're forming sort of one new band called SCC 3D.
Our sister station's doing it again.
The 94.9 KLTY Concert Series welcomes Stephen Curtis Chapman
With Third Day
at the Verizon Theater on April 30th. Get your tickets right now at AXS.com. AXS.com.
7-Eleven now has these amazing new breakfast melts. And they're only $2.99. Take it.
We are experiencing technical difficulties. Our announcer decided to try the product. He was trying to explain 7-Eleven has two new melts that are toasted in-store, a bacon, egg, and cheese, and a sausage, bacon, and cheese. Both with thick-cut hickory-smoked bacon and aged cheddar cheese served on an artisan ciabatta roll for only $2.99.
Only 7-Eleven.
Yeah, only at 7-Eleven.
660 AM The Answer. 660 AMTheAnswer.com. The Wells Report is on 660 AM The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells, and do not forget the 660 AM Answer Debate Watching Party a week from tomorrow, February 25th. The Studio Movie Grill will be the last Republican presidential nominee debate before the Texas primary. It'll be the last one you get to see before you go and vote, unless you vote early. By the way, if you do vote early, take the Wells Report exit poll. We want to know who you voted for and why. 866-660-5759. In the meantime, get your tickets to the Answer Debate Watching Party Thursday, February 25th. The Republican candidates for the presidential nomination of the Republican Party will be debating for the last time before the Texas primary at the Studio Movie Grill 75 in Spring Valley. These are lots of fun. Adult beverages, great food, $10. You can't beat the price. You just can't. 866-660-5759 is our telephone number. Join us. You know, when you're a female and you are running for public office in the United States, there are different rules that apply to you than apply to men. And it has nothing to do with anything that is fixable by complaining about it. What you have to do is you have to know what those rules are and follow them. Now, make no mistake, there are plenty, and I mean plenty of rules for male candidates that male candidates have to follow. And you have to do them right. And if you don't, you're going to be punished for not being able to do them right. And so what you have here is you have a set of rules that you've got to follow. One, you are not the center of the flipping universe. That's it. You're not the center of the universe. You're just a hardworking stiff like the rest of us. You need to act like you're not something special. And I don't know that Hillary Clinton can do that. Hillary is so sure that she's something special that she's unable to be a regular human being. When she discusses politics, she discusses it from a point of view that says, this is so stupid and you're the problem. If you would just get out of the way and just appoint me goddess of the United States, I'll handle all this stuff for you. And you can then just leave me the hell alone and stay out of my way. Once again, if you are a female and you're running for public office, yeah, you got different rules to follow than I do. But I've got plenty myself. And complaining about the problems that you have to follow, the rules that you have to follow, doesn't make them any less valid. Just remember what I said at the beginning of this. Somebody needs to tell Hillary this, but she won't listen. But somebody needs to tell her anyway. Name one time when you ever heard Margaret Thatcher screaming into a microphone. You have never heard it, and you never will. You're listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Telephone number is 866-660-5759. I got to ask you something about Bill Clinton. We've talked about Hillary. Let's talk about Bill next on the Wells Report.
Hey, everybody, Mark Davis from my friends at Walker AC. The AC stands for air conditioning. It'll be a little while before we need that again. In the meantime, it's heat that is at issue. And let me tell you, Walker AC is my heating company as well. Walker Air Conditioning and Heating at walkerac.com and the magic phone number 972-4, Walker, 972-4-Walker. These are the people to go to when your system needs fixing, when your system needs replacing. They're never going to sell you a system you don't need. They're going to do the repairs right at a fair price. If they can't fix it, they'll tell you about it and introduce you to the best price on the best system for you. It's people you can trust. Isn't that what it's all about? trust with AC and heating, and Walker AC is there for you at walkerac.com and 972-4-WALKER, 972, the number 4-WALKER. If something's just not working right, if things are chilly when they shouldn't be, your heater's not working, give them a call, 972-4, the number 4-WALKER, 972-4-WALKER, or walkerac.com.
Do you use a CPAP device for sleep apnea? Are you tired of dragging your bulky in-home device everywhere you travel? Then you need to know about Transcend, the world's first portable mini CPAP device. It lets you sleep in total comfort anywhere you go. And right now, you can try it risk-free for 10 days by calling 1-800-775-1193. Transcend from minicpap.com is as small as a soda can and weighs less than a pound. For even more freedom, you can add a battery that's as tiny as a deck of cards. Transcend is so small and so light, you can fit it in your briefcase or purse to use anywhere you go. It's FAA compliant too, so you can sleep comfortably even while flying. Transcend is our smallest, lightest, and most portable mini CPAP design ever, offering all the performance of a bulky standard in-home device. Enjoy the freedom to sleep comfortably. Call minicpap.com now for your 10-day in-home trial. 1-800-775-1193. Again, that's 1-800-775-1193.
Have you ever thought you'd like to buy and sell houses but didn't know how or where to begin? Do you fear your job is in jeopardy, or is your business income reduction keeping you awake at night? We're in the best time in 25 years to make a fortune in real estate without using your money or credit. My name is Ron LeGrand, and I've taught 500,000 people to do just that and personally bought hundreds of houses myself. If you'll call 800-859-5125, I'll send the first 500 callers my hot new CD, Foreclosure Fortunes, and my best-selling book to help you get started absolutely free. I'll show you how to build a six-figure income part-time with no previous experience and no license, even if you're a busy professional. Call 800-859-5125, 24 hours, and get my new book and CD free. That's 800-859-5125. Take your life back and make this your best year ever. That's 800-859-5125. Call 800-859-5125 now.
Hi, I'm Larry Patterson, owner of Glass Doctor. In our disposable society, we're conditioned to throw out the whole thing when just one part goes bad. Like when the insulated glass windows in your home get condensation between the panes. You don't need to replace the whole window. The specialists at Glass Doctor can install new insulated glass in your existing frames with a lifetime warranty for a lot less than you might think. To see how quick and easy it is, visit glassdoctor.com today. That's glassdoctor.com.
Call the Glass Doctor, will fix your paint. Oh, yeah!
Hey, it's Flo, and this is my impression of a home inspector who needs friends.
Yeah, so these studs need to be quarter-inch further apart, give or take half an inch. It's got to be just right, you know, like the coverage Progressive provides for your construction business. Otherwise, I'll have to shut you guys down. But if I do, maybe you could come out for Tuesday trivia. Fair warning, I'm kind of a know-it-all. You'll see what I mean at board game night. Hey, what's your number?
Commercial insurance that's perfect for your small business. Visit progressivecommercial.com to learn more. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Uber is an app that helps you make extra money just for driving your car. And because it's totally flexible, you don't have to quit your day job to make more money, because you can drive and earn whenever you want. There are 3 simple steps to start making money. First, sign up for free on your phone. Second, answer a few questions and get approved. And third, start driving. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up today at drivewithuber.com. That's drivewithuber.com.
Are you a responsible person who finds yourself growing deeper in credit card debt? Then get ready for a toll-free number that will put you on a path to financial recovery. Trinity Debt Management will consolidate your accounts and work with your creditors. You'll save thousands and become debt-free for keeps. If your debt has you down, we should talk. Call Trinity at 1-800-758-5360. 1-800-758-5360. 1-800-758-5360.
660 AM, The Answer. If it's important to you, we're talking about it right now on The Wells Report on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to The Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Do you know who Sally Perdue is?
Your mom?
Sally Perdue is not my mom. No, Sally Perdue is not my mom's best friend. She may have been Bill Clinton's best friend at one point, but she's not my best friend. Attractive gal. She is the former Miss Arkansas. She finished in the top 10 in her year at Miss America. She's stunningly beautiful. I'm telling you, man, she's gorgeous. Even now. I mean, I think she was, I don't know. I can't remember what year she was. I can't remember what year she was in the Miss America pageant. But she is someone who has been very, very close to Bill Clinton. And what she's doing is she is writing about him. Let me give you an idea of what she writes. He put on my frilly nightie and danced around playing his sax. She's afraid that Hillary is going to try to get her killed and sleeps with a loaded semi-automatic under her pillow, which doesn't really bother me that much. But anyway, Sally Perdue says that Bill's lovemaking was largely forgettable, but Clinton would rarely disappoint when divulging intimate secrets. And if you want to know about Hillary's situation, you can apparently buy this book. The former singer and radio host is preparing to dish more secrets of a 3-month love affair with President Clinton in a tell-all memoir. She also believes the Democrat presidential candidate is behind a plot to silence her. And you know why? Because Hillary has been behind plots to silence women regarding their relationships with Bill for 40 years. Miller insists. Now, okay, so her names have changed because she is twice divorced. Sally Perdue became Sally Miller, same woman. She insists she's been stalked, spied upon, and plagued by anonymous phone calls since word of her memoir leaked out. Well, it has nothing to do with Hillary, probably has nothing to do with Bill. It does, however, have to do with the FOB. Do you know who that is? Friends of Bill. This is a personality cult of people in Arkansas that nearly worship President Clinton. Every president has these people. Okay? President Clinton is not unique. Okay? There is a vengeful, spiteful ugliness that some women have for other women. Hillary is just one of those women. Now, I'm going to talk to you about something that I don't know. Do we care one way or another whether Sally Miller had an affair with Bill Clinton? God knows how many years ago. Oh, it was 1983. Do we care? Does the fact that apparently, okay, it's not a fact, does the assertion that Sally Miller had an affair with Bill Clinton change your opinion of Bill Clinton in any way? 866-660-5759. I would very much be interested in what you think of this, because I'm trying to figure out just exactly why anybody would want to buy this book. Why would you want to know the things that are in this book? Do we care? I'm not sure I'm not sure that Hillary is interested in the apparently rudimental and mediocre lovemaking that Bill is capable of. I'm not sure she's interested in it. But again, do any of us care? Ms. Miller says that Hillary prefers the company of women. Does that make any difference to anybody? I don't care. You know what I want to know? I want to know what she wants to do with the country as the presidential candidate of the Democrat Party if she's able to hang on. That's all I care about. I'm trying to figure out whether or not she's going to be the poster child for the dual track American legal system where the power brokers don't have to follow the same rules that the rest of us do. That's what I'm interested in finding out. I don't care about anything else. What I'm interested in is this. Does it make any difference to you whether Hillary would seek the company of women in favor of men? Does it mean anything to you that Bill Clinton has a history of several girlfriends? Does that matter to you? I want to know why it does, if it does. And I want to know why it doesn't, if it doesn't. You see, in my view, I believe it's Bill and Hillary's business. There was one time when it wasn't their business. There was one time when Bill Clinton made it our business. And that's when he was a president of the United States and he lied about his relationship with Monica Lewinsky in a federal deposition. That was a high crime and misdemeanor. It was right. It was the right thing for the Republican Party to do to impeach him because they impeached his integrity. Not because he had a friendship with Monica, but because he lied about that friendship in a federal deposition. When you start talking about things that happen that are, well, who cares or really not relevant, at the top of the list may be the president's girlfriend, whether the president is Bill or Hillary. That is probably the least relevant thing that we think about him. But then again, when you lie about it in federal court, well, that becomes all of our business because you can't have a president that lies. You just can't. So let's talk about this. Bill Clinton's getting up in his years. Does the fact that somebody else is coming forward and saying, hey, I had a fling with the president, does any of that change your opinion of President Clinton? Does it make any difference whatsoever? And if it does, why? I don't think anybody's basic understanding of Bill is going to change. So how about this? How about if we leave the man alone? Is there anything wrong with that? Is this the business of we, the people of the United States? Yes or no? Tell me. If it is the business of the United States, people of the United States, why? Why is it our business? I think that's ridiculous. See, the President of the United States is someone who is obviously in the power elite. And whether they are treated differently by our legal system or not, they are certainly treated differently by our social system, as well they should be. People that can convince an entire country to vote for them to be the President of the United States are remarkable. They get to do things that are different. They live a life that is different. Now, I'm not trying to excuse any kind of bad behavior on the part of the president or anybody else for that matter. I'm not trying to excuse that and say, hey, that's just the way it is. But it's probably pretty obvious to just about everybody that Bill and Hillary do not light each other's fire. And they rely on others. Again, I don't think that matters. I think there are things that we don't need to know about our public servants. If President Obama has done anything, he has at least rolled back the amount of information we know about the personal lives of our presidents. We don't need to know all this stuff. All it does is make our country look stupid. Does it not? 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. You see, to me, what we need to do is we need to keep in mind that people deserve privacy. We were talking about Scalia, and he said that the Constitution does not contain a right of privacy. But it does. I think it's in the Fourth Amendment, where it says that people should be secure in their privates, in their houses, their papers, their persons. See, that's where I think the right of privacy is. But there's another right of privacy that is much closer to the reality of it all, and that is human to human American, I'm going to grant you privacy. You turn your back. You follow the path of discretion being the better part of valor. I'm just not very sure that we need to know all this stuff, and I think it hurts the country. 866-660-5759. Tim in Dallas, welcome to the Wells Report. Hi.
Thank you for taking my call.
Sure.
I think there are a couple of fronts to this question. Primarily, when two people enter into a marriage, they make a commitment to one another. When one of them violates that commitment, it shows their level of integrity, their character. And I think it's important for anyone being considered a public office, if something comes out that shows that they're not able to be relied upon, that they're not able to live up to their word, it matters in terms of their trustworthiness for office.
What about if it's okay with their mate?
Well, then I don't understand why two people would enter into a marriage with the expectation that it's okay to violate that commitment that they're entering into.
You see, that's the thing. Is that our business? 866-660-5759. You're listening to the Wells Report on 660 AM The Answer. We've had some voting. We've had some debating. Now it's time for Texans to weigh in on the 2016 presidential race. The candidates are ready. Our state is ready. The question is, are you ready for the final debate before the Texas primary?
I know I'm ready, JD, and we're hoping everybody's fired up for our last debate watch party before Texas votes. It's Thursday night, February 25th, and we'll put it up on the big screen at 6:60 a.m. The Answer Debate Headquarters, Studio Movie Grill, 75 in Spring Valley in Dallas.
Mark Davis and I will be your hosts. The full Studio Movie Grill menu is available. Admission is just $10. Get your tickets now at 660amtheanswer.com. If you've become a regular for our debate events, or if this is just your first time, get ready to hear from the candidates and the audience.
We look forward to welcoming you and hearing from you February 25th. Studio Movie Grill, 75 in Spring Valley. Tickets just $10 now at 660amtheanswer.com.
Don't miss the last debate watch party before the Texas primary. That's Thursday, February 25th at the Studio Movie Grill in Dallas. This event is sponsored by AAA Auger Plumbing Services, Texas Alliance for Life, and Patriot Mobile.
Hey, does the idea of having your home sold on time without hassle and for top dollar, does that seem unrealistic to you? Well, it doesn't have to. Hey, Dallas, it's your friend Sean Hannity with your solution and the one real estate agent to sell your home guaranteed. That's Josh DeShong of Josh DeShong Real Estate at Keller Williams. On average, Josh sells a home every 32 hours and averages hundreds of local, national, and international buyers every single week. Now, that means your home sells on time at a price that you agreed to, guaranteed, or Josh will buy it. He spends 200 times more money on marketing than the average agent. Real estate mogul and Shark Tank star Barbara Corcoran only recommends Josh in DFW. And if I lived in Dallas and needed my home sold, guess what? I'd call Josh DeShong, and you should too. Call Josh now at 972-325-6644 or go online at getsold.net. That's 972-325-6644 or getsold.net.
Are you ready to take your education to the next level? Arizona State University now offers more than 100 top-tier degree programs, 100% online. With ASU's highly ranked online programs, you'll earn the same degree as our on-campus students, with the ability to learn wherever you want, whenever you want. Same world-renowned faculty, same leading education, same global recognition from one of the top universities in the world. Call 1-800-581-3263. That's 1-800-581-3263.
I'm Jamie from Sherman Oaks, and I just graduated with my degree from Arizona State University. I chose ASU because I received the quality education I deserve and the major I wanted, all from my home.
Jamie's not the only one to earn a degree from ASU. There are over 100 degree programs offered 100% online from one of the top universities. Now's the time to learn more about earning your degree online from Arizona State University. Call 1-800-581-3263. That's 1-800-581-3263.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. Well, it's that time of year again. When the AC business is slow, the gimmicks start to flow. Right now, you'll hear 50% off sales, warehouse clearance sales, and my personal favorite, the guy who says he'll work for no profit. Nobody can run a business without profit. So rather than insult your intelligence with silly gimmicks, we partnered with a utility provider to offer real instant rebates, up to $1,800 off qualifying systems. But the utility funds are limited, so we're offering our free estimates on a first-come, first-served basis. If you need a new AC system, call the no-profit guy, then call the 50% off guys, and then call us. I guarantee we'll beat their price with brand-name Carrier equipment because we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437, or visit us online at ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
In Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 2, God says, "Write in a book all the words I've spoken to you." Is there a story in you today? Have you ever felt urged by God to write those words in a book? Zulon Press is the largest, most experienced Christian self-publisher in the world, and they're offering a free publishing guide at ChristianPublishingGuide.com. They've helped thousands of people just like you tell their stories and touched thousands of lives.
Share your story and find out more today at 660amtheanswer.com. Visit 660amtheanswer.com now.
At GoDaddy, a domain name is the beginning of something awesome. Use it to create a website to promote your business, open an online store to sell your products, start a blog, build your brand. You can even connect your domain to your LinkedIn or Facebook page. And GoDaddy customer support is always ready to help. What will you do with your domain name? Get a free domain with website from GoDaddy.com, starting at $1 a month. Annual purchase of website builder required. Price valid first year only. See website for details.
660 AM, The Answer. 660 AMTheAnswer.com. Now, by popular demand, The Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to The Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Bill Clinton is the subject of another book coming out by a woman named Sally Miller, who's telling us all about the president. Do we care? Doesn't matter. 866-660-5759. Ashley in Dallas. Thanks very much for listening. Thank you for joining us.
Well, hello there.
Well, hello there.
So I wanted to bring up a point that you made a little earlier about what if the president would allow for, or the wife there would allow for all of this promiscuity to occur, and then we would live in a totally different social time and age. Come on, I mean, we just now voted gay rights. I mean, right? I mean, we would be, we couldn't be having this conversation. That would be incredible. About.
No, wait a minute. Hang on a second here. No, don't go anywhere. Okay, here's my situation. Okay, so it's okay in our society for gay people to live a public life regarding their sexuality.
In certain circles, I think, yeah, absolutely. I mean,
but it's not okay. Sure. But it's not okay.
In the vast majority, no, I don't think it is. I'm okay with it, and I think certain other people for sure, but no, generally speaking, not at all. And I think that's sad, and I think we have a lot to evolve socially speaking.
But I'm trying to figure out how much of somebody else's private life is our business.
I don't really care about anybody else's sex life except my own, quite honestly.
Hang on. Don't go anywhere. Ashley's joining us on the Wells Report on 660 AM The Answer.
Hi, this is Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor. I'd like for you to join me on my talk show this weekend. What I do is teach people how to go the natural, organic route. I stir up trouble, too, because I throw out some things that a lot of people just don't think are correct. You know what? We have a lot of experience to back up what we recommend. Have healthier gardens and more fun gardening. Join me this and every weekend.
Join Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, every Sunday morning from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. right here on 660 a.m. The Answer.
The following is an incredible, life-changing free offer for anyone with hearing problems who wants to start hearing everything more clearly again. We're now offering free in-home trials of a revolutionary hearing breakthrough called Listen Clear to anyone who calls this special toll-free number now, 1-800-953-9975. Call in the next 10 minutes, and you'll also qualify for free shipping and free batteries for life. Listen Clear is precisely designed by top audio engineers. It adjusts to let you find the perfect way to hear everything, wherever you are and whatever you're doing. And Listen Clear is so invisible, people may not even know you're wearing it. And it's so lightweight, you may even forget you're wearing it too. Don't miss this special life-changing opportunity to hear everything more clearly again for free with a 100% free in-home trial, free shipping, and even free batteries for life. For free information, call now. 1-800-953-9975. That's 1-800-953-9975. 1-800-953-9975.
Sometimes what you want most from your car is nothing. No headaches, no surprises. No anxiety when it's late at night and you're on some distant freeway in a thunderstorm. Owning a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz can be that anxiety-free experience on every level. You know you're in one of the safest and most thoughtfully engineered vehicles on the road. And with an unlimited mileage warranty, you can drive as far as you want for up to 3 years, with roadside assistance included. Your sense of confidence and adventure are as unlimited as the warranty itself. Now you can drive the car of your dreams and realize that nothing is everything. And during the certified pre-owned sales event going on now through February 29th, you can receive 2 years of complimentary prepaid maintenance and special financing available through Mercedes-Benz Financial Services. Only at your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. You've waited long enough.
See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for complete details and limitations on certified pre-owned warranties.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group. On the NASDAQ as SALM, KSKY, Baltimore Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Rich Dennison. President Obama says he's going to nominate someone well qualified to sit on the Supreme Court. while Republicans say they're going to delay any nomination until there's a new president.
Anyone who accepts this nomination needs exceptional fortitude because it is going to be a bruising battle on Capitol Hill. That is, if the president can get this nomination moving at all.
Fox News' Shannon Bream in Washington. Russia is denying involvement in airstrikes on a hospital in northern Syria Monday that left dozens dead.
Witnesses say the hospital was hit 4 times in a matter of minutes, killing at least 11 people. The hospital bombing comes just days after foreign officials announced a plan for a cessation of hostilities in Syria to get desperately needed aid into hard-hit areas like Aleppo.
Fox News' John Huddy in Jerusalem. Fox News, we report, you decide.
660 AM, The Answer.
Hey, everybody. Mark Davis from my friends at Walker AC. The AC stands for air conditioning. It'll be a little while before we need that again. In the meantime, it's heat that is at issue. And let me tell you, Walker AC is my heating company as well. Walker Air Conditioning and Heating at walkerac.com and the magic phone number 972-4, Walker, 972-4-Walker. These are the people to go to when your system needs fixing, when your system needs replacing. They're never going to sell you a system you don't need. They're going to do the repairs right at a fair price. If they can't fix it, they'll tell you about it and introduce you to the best price on the best system for you. It's people you can trust. Isn't that what it's all about? Trust with AC and heating, and Walker AC is there for you at walkerac.com and 972-4-WALKER, 972-4-WALKER. If something's just not working right, if things are chilly when they shouldn't be, your heater's not working, give them a call, 972-4-WALKER, 972-4-WALKER, or walkerac.com.
There's no doubt Christians are facing strong persecution all across the world. There's a war on Christianity. Just as recently as this past November in Rwanda, Muslim groups were buying up all the Bibles they could find and burning them so that no one could read and learn the message inside. In these small villages, it's hard enough for local churches to have even one Bible for their pastor. And now they're all burned for no one to read. You can help, though. You can provide a Bible to a church pastor in one of these African communities for only $15 with Harvesters. Harvesters' mission is to plant communities by providing Bibles to the church pastors, teaching them sound instruction, and multiplying their church. Some of these pastors have to walk miles a day to find a Bible, memorize the passage, and then walk all the way back to preach to their church. But you can make sure that these pastors have a Bible in their own language with Harvesters. Learn more by going to 660amtheanswer.com and clicking on the Harvesters banner today.
Think you're fat? You might just be bloated. Find out by calling now for a free trial of New Biotics, the new breakthrough that flattens bloated bellies fast. For a free trial, call 1-800-700-6757.
I used to be plagued by potbelly and constant bloating. After taking New Biotics, my belly flattened and continues to get flatter. My sense of bloating and discomfort is gone.
If you've got a big belly, you might not be fat. You might just be bloated. New Biotics is scientifically formulated with natural ingredients to flatten bloated bellies fast by cleansing pounds of rotting food and toxic sludge from your body. It even combats periodic heartburn and acid reflux. So just think how much better you'll look and feel. Think you might be bloated? Call now for a free trial of New Biotics and see how much flatter it makes your belly. You might be surprised. But hurry, call now for details while these free trials last. 1-800-700-6757. That's 1-800-700-6757. 1-800-700-6757.
If you're considering going back to school, ask yourself the following questions. Do you need the flexibility to take classes on your schedule? Do you have college credits you need transferred? Do you want to earn a quality degree from a world-renowned university? If you answered yes to any of these questions, Arizona State University is the perfect school for you. Arizona State University offers over 100 highly ranked degree programs 100% online. You'll earn the same degree as you would on campus, from wherever you are, on your schedule. Plus, ASU Online accepts most transfer credits. For information, call 1-800-400-8172. Learn for yourself why the Wall Street Journal ranks ASU 5th in the nation for producing the best qualified graduates, and why 90% of ASU grads are recruited within 90 days of graduation. Learn to grow, learn to succeed, and learn to thrive at Arizona State University. To learn more about ASU online degrees, call 1-800-400-8172. That's 1-800-400-8172.
And the Grammy goes to... And the American Music Award goes to...
Mr. Stephen Curtis Chapman.
Hi,
Hi, we're Third Day.
We're forming sort of one new band called SCC 3D.
Our sister station's doing it again. The 94.9 KLTY Concert Series welcomes Stephen Curtis Chapman with Third Day at the Verizon Theater on April 30th. Get your tickets right now at AXS.com. AXS.com.
7-Eleven now has these amazing new breakfast melts. And they're only $2.99. Take it.
We are experiencing technical difficulties. Our announcer decided to try the product. He was trying to explain 7-Eleven has two new melts that are toasted in-store, a bacon, egg, and cheese, and a sausage, bacon, and cheese. Both with thick-cut hickory smoked bacon and aged cheddar cheese served on an artisan ciabatta roll for only $2.99.
Only 7-Eleven.
Yeah, only at 7-Eleven.
How big is Rite Aid's Big Point event? Plenty big. The more participating products you buy with Wellness Plus with Plenty, the more Plenty points you earn through February 27th. Earn 2,000 points when you spend $100, another $1,500 when you get to $150, and yet another $1,500 at $200. That's up to 5,000 Plenty points worth at least $50 in savings. Only at Rite Aid. With us, it's personal. Earning based on total purchases from $131 to $227.16. Limit 5,000 Plenty points per card. Plenty is a rewards program. Terms and conditions apply. See plenty.com/terms for details.
Learn a little something at the start of your day. The Mark Davis Show. Mornings 7 to 10 on 660 AM. The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. You know what I missed? I missed yesterday. We were doing the President's Day show, so everybody was the president when they joined us. You know, Mr. President, Ms. President, so I kind of missed that. I have to wait another year. All right. We have been talking a little bit about a woman named Sally Miller, who apparently had a get-together, shall we say, with Bill Clinton, the president, in case you're wondering. Bill Clinton, from what I understand, one of the highlights is he put on her frilly nightie and danced around playing his sax, which I think is kind of, cool, actually. Yeah, that's something I could see Bill doing. Anyway, the thing that I'm trying to figure out is why is this any of our business? Does it change your opinion of Bill Clinton in any way? Does it make your opinion better or worse? And I'm betting probably not. Ashley joined us to talk to us a little bit more about this, and I'm trying to find out from Ashley, why any of this is any of our business, even though he's the president of the United States.
I love the picture in my mind of Bill Clinton in a nightgown playing the saxophone. I love that.
Yeah, but I mean, think about that for just a couple of minutes. Sure, it's a mental image burned into your brain you'll never be able to escape. But
no, I'm okay with that one. But I mean, he's not very attractive to me or anything. And right before, I don't care that much. Of course, not at all. What I'm interested in, as far as her book is concerned, has really nothing to do with the presidency period or anything of the sort. But is it an interesting erotic novel?
Oh, so you're interested in the eros of all of it. From what I understand, it's not that great because because apparently Bill's lovemaking was largely forgettable. That's what she says.
Well, then what do we have at stake then? All of them can come out and say, yeah, I was one too. Fine.
Yeah, I guess.
Whatever.
Well, it's kind of interesting. There are the main squeezes of the president are listed in this. Let's see.
Multiple ones?
The main squeezes. Oh, yeah, there are several.
I mean, obviously, we already know there's multiple ones.
Kathleen Willey, Paula Jones, Linda Tripp, Juanita Broderick, Maria Kreider, and others.
The thing is, okay, that's great. Good for him. He got it a few times or whatever. Even though he was hardly capable, apparently. Okay,
well, it's not that he wasn't capable. It's just that he was lousy at it.
That.
Yeah, whatever.
Got to give him that.
Sure.
No, it goes a long way. I mean, well, so long anyway. But what really matters, I think, none of it anymore because he's not in office. But what mattered at the time was our president that is just going to go around screwing things, and he has no stability of what is taking him in a forward direction to be civil with all people, with all
All I can tell you is that I didn't know anything about this Sally Purdue character. Had no idea that she was out there. Knew that the president had a few girlfriends and so on and so forth. But I had no idea, in fact, and neither did you or anybody else, that he was doing anything with Monica while he was running the presidency. In fact, he wasn't a lousy president by any stretch of the imagination.
He got lucky.
I don't know that he got lucky. I think what he did I think he was just a very, very good politician.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, I'm not negating that. I'm not saying that wasn't the case. I was pretty young, quite honestly, but don't you think that, just in the day and age that he happened to have ran, and he just was lucky because our economy was so banging? And
well, I think that was part of it.
That's pretty much the bottom line, no?
But look at this, Ashley. Look at the president we have now, coming out of the Reagan years, the George H.W. Bush years. What Bill Clinton did not do was screw up everything that had been laid out before him. President Obama would have, because he would have said, we need to change all this, because he's a progressive, and people who are progressive just want change. They don't care where they start as long as they affect change. It makes no difference whether it makes the country better or worse. All they want to do is change it. Thanks, Ash. I appreciate your time. Appreciate it. Dave in Royce City, thanks for joining us. Welcome to the Wells Report.
Oh, thank you. With Clinton, I mean, it's just like, you named that litany of past transgressions. I mean, that's just business as usual.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way he lived his life.
I think I'm not so concerned with, attacking him. I'm more concerned with what his wife's going to do if she gets elected.
Well, you notice I was talking about, I don't know that it's the American people's business, whoever President Clinton's girlfriend is. And that works for either Bill or Hillary. So maybe that's illuminating in some way. Chuck in Garland, welcome to the Wells Report. Hello.
Hello. I just think that if somebody's American, they have the freedom of choice. If they want to sleep around or do anything, as long as it's not against the law, more power to them. It's nobody's business what anybody does. But when you're in the public eye, politician, musician, or actor, anything, especially politicians, they can say things and contradict themselves. As in, some people believe that gay marriage shouldn't exist, but yet they're swingers. Hillary Clinton said something like that in the past, which comes to mind. And I just think it's wrong for themselves. If they're going to make statements like that and then live their alternate lifestyle, looks very bad for them in the public eye.
You see, but I don't know that those two streams of thought cross.
Well, yeah, we have that. We all have our opinions, and we're all welcome to our opinions on every situation. But from what I have seen in the Clinton family, I believe that the two genius Clintons, and I say that, of course, sarcastically, I believe that they're swingers, and that's the only reason why they're still married today.
You see, here's what I think. I don't think they're swingers. I think Hillary prefers the company of women, and I think that Bill prefers the company of women as well. And I believe that over time, they have become more comfortable in each of their collective skins. And I think that what they do is they just, they pursue their marriage as a relationship that may not necessarily cover the conventional marriage basis, but it works for them. And what I'm trying to find out is that had we never known about Monica, Had it never been reported, had none of that ever come to light, would we have seen the president? Would we have been able to say, well, the president was a bad president because he was having a girlfriend? I don't think that would be the case. I think what we would say is, good president, because that's what happened with Kennedy. None of us had any idea that Kennedy was having dates in the White House because the press wouldn't report the story. They knew about it, but they never did it. And President Kennedy remains one of the most beloved presidents in the history of the Republic. And so what I'm trying to figure out is this. Certainly, there could be a case made regarding character. But I get back to Hillary and Bill. Chelsea is a product of a marriage that is complex. But even if they stayed together for the sake of Chelsea, even if they stayed together for the sake of politics, you know what? I don't even think that they don't absolutely love each other. I think they absolutely love each other. I just don't think they prefer to have a physically intimate life together, which requires them to make other arrangements. And I'm not sure that that's any business of the American people.
I 100% agree with you. It is nobody's business but theirs.
Right.
But when Hillary Clinton or anybody, like I said earlier, they go out on a limb and say, this is right and this is wrong and this is right and this is wrong.
Sure.
And as far as, my parents were immigrants. They earned the right to call themselves Americans. They did it. They're real Americans. I was just lucky enough to be born here.
Well, they became Americans by choice.
Right. Well,
they chose America. Yeah. And then they went about earning what they earned their choice.
Right. And so they grew up in a country where you couldn't do what you wanted. You were told what to do. You kept your mouth shut and you just lived your life.
What country was that?
My parents grew up in Iran.
Okay.
Right. And then we're not Iranian. So third-class citizens and the whole works.
Yeah.
But the whole idea to me in my life as an American is I don't want anybody to tell me what to do as long as I'm in the rights of the law.
Exactly.
So I would never tell anybody how to live their life. And for someone like Hillary Clinton, who went out on a limb and said, I don't think gay marriage is right, and she lives the lifestyle she does, to me that makes her look bad. But then you did say something earlier before I called about that just makes all Americans look stupid. I personally think most Americans are not too bright as it is.
Well, but
if they were bright, they wouldn't want to vote for Hillary Clinton. She would never have a chance in where.
Well, you see, Chuck, the thing about that is there's a difference between looking stupid and actually being stupid. Okay? And I don't believe that most Americans are stupid. I believe that most Americans have a pretty good beat on things. I think most Americans are pretty intelligent folk. And they know what works for them, and they know what doesn't work for them. And while I believe that there are certain standards that we all aspire to, they don't always work for everybody. They don't always, all of these wonderful ideals don't necessarily cover all the things that are brought up in life. I mean, I would find it absolutely wonderful to be able to live a perfectly conventional life. In my first marriage, that was absolutely out of the question. Absolutely out of the question. And so what I ended up doing was doing the best I could. Does that serve everybody's ideal? No. But the simple case of the matter is, that was the way it was. And I'm trying to figure out whether or not we need to know so much more about our friends and our friends' personal private lives as we purport to do so. I just don't think we do. I think it's none of our business. This is the Wells Report.
Hey, everybody. Mark Davis for my friends at Climate Evangelista Eye Center. They have a question for those of you who are over 40. Are you over 40? Still listening? Let's talk a little bit about life over 40. Funny things happen after 40. Put your phone's text size on extra large and you're still squinting. Arms just not quite long enough to read the paper, a book, a restaurant menu. Wouldn't it be nice if there was a way to get back to better vision? There is. Great news. The corneal inlay procedure. Corneal inlay from Climate Evangelista is specially designed for the over 40 crowd having a little trouble seeing things up close. So unless you're in love with the idea of reading glasses for the rest of your life, call Climate Evangelista Eye Center. Ask about the corneal inlay procedure. 1-800-714-2020, 1-800-714-2020, or visit myinlay.com, myinlay, myinlay.com for details. Climate Evangelista Eye Center. We can't literally turn back the clock. We can help you enjoy life with better vision thanks to the corneal inlay procedure. 1-800-714-2020 or myinlay.com.
It's time for the Texas Minute, brought to you by EmpowerTexans.com.
Quick Texas political quiz. Which election is more important, the partisan primary in March or the November general election? While every election matters, the March primaries for partisan offices is where the real decisions are made in the Lone Star State. In most years, because of the way district boundaries are drawn, less than 5% of the Texas House districts are truly competitive in the general election. In other words, 95% of the races are determined in the primary. In 2014, 500,000 Texans participated in the Democratic primary and 1.3 million in the Republican primary. If you aren't participating in the primary, you're missing out on the chance to decide who's making the decisions affecting your family and business. You still end up with a government you ignore. For EmpowerTexans.com, I'm Michael Quinn Sullivan.
Learn more about the issues facing the Lone Star State at EmpowerTexans.com. Subscribe to the free email and print news updates at EmpowerTexans.com.
Hey, everybody. Mark Davis for my friends at Abacus Foundation Repair. I love birthdays and anniversaries, always a time to celebrate, and they are celebrating 15 years at Abacus Foundation Repair. 15 years of serving North Texas. Now, this celebration is about to come to an end. People have been enjoying it, too. You know what they've done? $1,000 off any foundation job with 10 or more pilings. And these are no ordinary pilings. We're talking about Millennium composite pilings for the strongest foundation solution. So call about that $1,000 off offer at 972-406-9000. 972-406-9000. Call Abacus first if you even think you got a foundation problem. Cracks in the sheetrock, doors that stick, 972-406-9000. Work is guaranteed. Certified foundation person on site at all times. You will be taken care of. 972-406-9000 or Abacus, A-B-A-C-U-S, Abacus Foundation Repair. The Abacus, little thing you can count on. Get it? You can count on Abacus. AbacusFoundationRepair.com, 972-406-9000.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. Well, it's that time of year again. When the AC business is slow, the gimmicks start to flow. Right now, you'll hear 50% off sales, warehouse clearance sales, and my personal favorite, the guy who says he'll work for no profit. Nobody can run a business without profit. So rather than insult your intelligence with silly gimmicks, we partnered with the utility provider to offer real instant rebates, up to $1,800 off qualifying systems. But the utility funds are limited, so we're offering our free estimates on a first-come, first-served basis. If you need a new AC system, call the no-profit guy, then call the 50% off guys, and then call us. I guarantee we'll beat their price with brand-name Carrier equipment because we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437, or visit us online at ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Are you ready to take your education to the next level? Arizona State University now offers more than 100 top-tier degree programs, 100% online. With ASU's highly ranked online programs, you'll earn the same degree as our on-campus students, with the ability to learn wherever you want, whenever you want. Same world-renowned faculty, same leading education, same global recognition from one of the top universities in the world. Call 1-800-581-3263. That's 1-800-581-3263.
I'm Jamie from Sherman Oaks, and I just graduated with my degree from Arizona State University.
No time, we've got
I chose
20 seconds.
ASU because I received the quality education I deserved in the major I wanted, all from my home.
Jamie's not the only one to earn a degree from ASU. There are over 100 degree programs offered 100% online from one of the top universities. Now's the time to learn more about earning your degree online from Arizona State University. Call 1-800-581-3263. That's 1-800-581-3263.
Saying I don't know is no longer acceptable. This is 660 AM, The Answer. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
You have to get your tickets almost immediately. Hey, you got $10? You got some time available Thursday, February 25th, say beginning at 6 o'clock and lasting till around 10? Then what you need to do is go to the Studio Movie Grill with Mark Davis and I as we bring you the 660 AM Answer debate watching party. That's right. It'll be the last Republican candidate debate before the Texas primary. This is going to happen a week from Thursday. I knew that. A week from Thursday. Hey, I went through a time
Yesterday was President's Day, not today.
I went through a time warp, okay? The time was okay, but the warp still remains.
Something still remains.
Something is, yeah, well. Anyway, it's a week from Thursday. See, I'm already on tomorrow. It's like I'm thinking about what I've got to do tomorrow. So obviously, so the Thursday, it's a week. Yeah, never mind. It's happening at the Studio Movie Grill, 75 in Spring Valley. Okay, so let's get together for that, shall we? Fantastic.
Get your tickets in a hurry.
Get your tickets. Yeah, right. Matt tells you to get your tickets in a hurry because we're going to sell out sometime before the end of this week. Right? I'm sure of it. So go to 660amtheanswer.com, punch on the buy tickets button, and you will be able to join us. Okay? Cool deal. All right. I've talked enough about Hillary. However, there is something else I want to talk to you about. It has to do with some Vicky, how do I describe this woman? No, this woman. How do I describe this woman? No, it's a woman. It's a woman.
Oh, wait a minute. No. It's a bill, like a city council thing.
It's not a city council thing. It's a state bill from a state representative who is a woman. Her name is Mary Lou Marzian. She is a Democrat from Louisville, Kentucky.
The nosy neighbor on Bewitched.
She's not the nosy neighbor on Bewitched. No, but she could be. I don't know how to characterize this woman, so I'm going to tell you what she's done, and then you can come up with a way to characterize this woman. Are you ready? She is a state representative. They passed a law in Kentucky that requires that women receive medical counseling at least 24 hours before terminating a pregnancy. What she decided to do was she decided that she was going to do a tit for tat. Wait, that's a bad way of describing it. She was going to do
I've already fallen.
She was going to get back at the guys who passed that law by passing a law that was, I think, completely ridiculous. I think not just completely ridiculous, but vindictive and pernicious. Not just vindictive, pernicious, and ridiculous. I think it was hypocritical. Hypocritical, vindictive, pernicious, and ridiculous. And there's more. What is the law? What does the law call for? I will tell you. And then you can come up with some sort of cute description for Mary Lou Marzian. This is the Wells Report.
Hi, this is Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor. I'd like for you to join me on my talk show this weekend. What I do is teach people how to go the natural, organic route. I stir up trouble, too, because I throw out some things that a lot of people just don't think are correct. You know what? We have a lot of experience to back up what we recommend.
Check. In the last polling information I saw coming out of California, Dr. Ben Carson was at 6%. Is that enough to keep him in the race? I don't know. But things like what I have in my hand just might be. Dr. Ben Carson has written a brilliant piece coming out of foxnews.com regarding ISIS. What should we do with ISIS according to Dr. Ben Carson? I will tell you next time on the Wells Report. Mark Davis, you incredible human being. Thank you very much for letting me drive by and do a drive-by promoing. I think I'll try that. Mark Davis, thank you very much for letting me do this drive-by promoing. Hey, I've got a show coming up later on tonight, say around 8 o'clock. Join us because I'm going to spend some time talking about the thoughts of Dr. Ben Carson. He's got about 6% in the latest polling coming out of South Carolina. I don't know whether that's going to keep him in the race, but I want him to stay in the race. And the reason I want him to stay in the race is because he gives us so much important stuff out of that mind of his that's just amazing. He's written an op-ed piece that has to do with what we should do with ISIS. And you want to hear it. So join us next time on the Wells Report.
In your CPAP system, evict them with SoClean, the world's first and only automated CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. It kills 99.9% of all CPAP germs in minutes. For a limited time, you can try it risk-free for 30 days. Just call 1-800-693-2699. SoClean is completely hands-free. There's no water, chemicals, or disassembly. The secret is activated oxygen. It flows through your system, destroying bacteria, viruses, and germs in no time. Call SoClean.com to get your risk-free 30-day trial while supplies last. Hurry, call 1-800-693-2699. 1-800-693-2699.
Pop quiz for all business owners. If you're not incorporated and someone sues your business, which one of these can you lose? Your home, your car, or your life savings? The answer? All three. Because if you're not incorporated, it's not just your business that can be sued, it's you too, which means you could lose everything. Once business owners realize the risk of not being incorporated, they usually scramble to incorporate or form an LLC. To make it quick and easy, Incorporate.com is now giving away a free incorporation guide to all business owners, so you can incorporate in just 10 minutes. For your free 10-minute incorporation guide, call now, 1-800-733-1035. Protect your financial future. At Incorporate.com, they don't provide legal or financial advice. They just make incorporating or forming an LLC quick and easy. Call now for your free 10-minute incorporation guide. 1-800-733-1035. Hurry while supplies last. 1-800-733-1035. That's 1-800-733-1035.
People who can afford a LASIK procedure sure are lucky. Imagine being able to throw away your contacts and glasses. Imagine waking up tomorrow with 20/20 vision. Too bad everyone can't afford LASIK. Well, guess what? There's a company that agrees with you. The LASIK Vision Institute is now offering dramatically low prices on high-quality LASIK to make it affordable for everyone. That means you get the latest FDA-approved LASIK technology for a fraction of what others charge. And if you call right now, we'll schedule a free appointment so you can discover if LASIK is right for you. Results may vary. Call 1-800-700-1851. Even better, if you're one of the first 100 callers, ask about an extra 20% discount off our already low-cost services. We've already performed over 1 million procedures. Let us help you. Discover how you can get the quality LASIK experience you deserve at a fraction of what others charge. For your free appointment, call 1-800-700-1851. 1-800-700-1851.
The following is a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
I had numerous credit cards, and I was struggling with paying them off, so I made the call.
If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-758-5360.
The people at Trinity are very friendly. They will do whatever you need them to do in order for you to feel better about being in a very difficult place.
If your debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800 1-800-758-5360.
660 AM. 660 AM. The Answer. 660 AM. TheAnswer.com. If it's important to you, it's on the Wells Report on 660 AM. The Answer.
You're listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Our telephone number 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. All right, now. So remember the story of State Representative Mary Lou Marzian, a Louisville Democrat. She introduced a bill that is House Bill number 396 in the State House. She was angered by a new law that required women to receive medical counseling at least 24 hours before terminating a pregnancy. She decided that what she was going to do was strike a nerve with her political opponents, in particular, men. Yeah. So here's what she did. She has introduced a bill, House Bill 396, that would allow married men access, that would only allow married men access to Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra if they could produce a signed and dated letter demonstrating the consent of their current spouse. Yeah. You see, the way this would work is this. It would require any man seeking a prescription for drugs to treat ED, such as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra. They'd have to have 2 office visits on 2 different calendar days before receiving the desired medication, and they would have to produce a signed and dated letter from their current spouse giving them permission to have the medication. What do you mean?
There, according to some other news reports, that's not her only requirement. It would also require doctors to only prescribe one of those 3 drugs to a man who is currently married, and require them to make a sworn statement with his hand on a Bible that he will only use that prescription with his spouse, along with the signed and dated note from his spouse giving consent for the prescription.
It seems very strange.
According to Miss Marzan, or how do you say
Marzian.
her name?
Marzian.
Marzian, she says it's about family values, and she's fed up with an all-male assembly who passed the 24-hour in advance bill for abortions.
Okay, so before you could get a prescription for Levitra or Cialis or Viagra, you would have to be married.
Yes.
And what you would have to do is give a sworn statement.
Correct.
With your hand on a Bible that the prescription would only be used for sex with their legal partners.
Correct. As well as the note.
That seems really weird. It's counterproductive. I mean, why would you put your hand on a Bible? I mean, if this is all about lovemaking, wouldn't you want to put your hand on a...
If there were crickets here, I'd play them.
Why?
Because that's a ridiculous joke.
That wasn't a ridiculous joke.
Well, sure it was.
It wasn't.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, it's not. Why would you put your hand on a Bible? You've got to put your hand on, well, you know.
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good.
It could have been a lot better.
I didn't
These
really
guys
like
have been spending too much time on the balcony together.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
I'm just saying.
Hey,
That's all there is.
boo!
Oh, stop it. Well, boo is the first syllable.
That was Bernie Sanders talking.
The second syllable is buh or b. That's what you put your hand on. I knew I'd get it out there, so to speak. How ridiculous is this? I mean, obviously, this thing isn't going to pass. Although, you know what'd be interesting? What if all the guys in the legislature went ahead and passed it anyway?
I just think she's ridiculous and wasting taxpayer time and money.
I think she is ridiculous, and I think she's wasting taxpayer time and money as well. But the thing about it is let's talk about this for a minute. She believes that all the men are forcing women into some kind of state prescribed medical treatment, which is what a counseling by a medical doctor is. She's objecting to a law that forces women to have this counseling as if it was something to do with having sex. In other words, it seems to me that what she's doing is she's equating this particular terminating of pregnancy with some kind of contraception, because she's equating that with men getting prescriptions for ED medication that would help them facilitate a lovemaking act. Now, the thing about it is that the original bill that required medical screening or medical counseling has no component as to who the woman was dealing with when she became pregnant. So to me, what this is that's where I get the pernicious, ridiculous, and foolish. That's where I get all that. The men weren't trying to come up with some sort of holy morality when it came to where this woman or who this woman became pregnant with. That wasn't a part of it. So why is she saying that a man can only get these medications if they have the permission from their current spouse? And oh, by the way, while we're on the subject of getting permission from your current spouse, how about this? How about amending the bill talking about medical counseling to say that you have to have a permission slip from the man involved to be able to go forward with the medical procedure terminating the pregnancy? How about that? See, that makes it all fair. Because you know who is absolutely left out in that decision? The father. It's like we don't exist. And you know what? That really bugs me. It makes me incredibly angry. Hey, that's part of me there. You're just going to destroy my kid? Really? Seriously? Without my permission? In most cases, without my knowledge? Really? And then what you're going to do in your high and mightiness is you're going to force me to get a permission slip from my wife to get some Viagra. Really? You see, this is where I believe people like this need to be held accountable in a very strict and straight way. This woman is a nasty-tempered, rotten person and needs to be categorized as such in public. Because she's just a rotten human being. That's why I was trying to figure out, how do I categorize this person? 866-660-5759. Stephen Rosser, welcome to the Wells Report. Hello.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, well, besides it being totally unconstitutional, I mean, why would I have to get permission to seek medical treatment? I mean, that's just totally stupid and ridiculous. Get permission from a family member to take care of myself, But at the same time, there's a flip side to this, JD. How many single women are going to be so PO'd because they are being affected by this too in a negative way?
That's not funny. Well, actually, it is very funny, actually, to be perfectly honest with you. Got a point. 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. Can you imagine? I mean, Vicky, can you see my outrage at this? Can you see why this absolutely infuriates me?
This is a pre-show meeting discussion, okay? Because I'm looking at it in a different way than you are.
Well, what way are you looking at it?
Well, I'm looking at it as this is a vindictive rep who doesn't like the new abortion law, the 24-hour counseling. And so, hang on. I'll just let it ring. Hang
on. Duty calls. There you go. She's running out of time. Is she going to make it? Hello? She's busy. See, okay, here we go. All right, whatever. Mike, welcome to the Wells Report. Hello.
How's it going?
I'm fine. How's it going?
It's going real good.
I'm so glad to hear it.
100%.
You agree with me?
They don't call shots like that. How can they make that decision for us?
Say what?
They're running the show.
Yeah, they are. They're in charge. Right. They're in charge of the reproduction process 100%. Stop breathing into the phone.
Yes.
It's horse nostril.
There you go.
That's what it's called.
She answered the phone so quickly.
Well, yeah, I know. She's the world's greatest executive producer. That's why she does that.
Exactly, the world's greatest. Yeah. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all.
No, it doesn't.
How did this even happen?
Well,
how did this come about?
Well, this woman decided that the law that was passed that mandated that females, before they terminate a pregnancy, spend a half an hour counseling session with a doctor, that infuriated her. So what she did was, she came up with this bill that makes it impossible that if it got passed, it's not going to, that if it got passed would force men in Kentucky to only get Viagra if they were indeed married, and they'd have to have a permission slip from their significant other regarding whether or not it was okay for them.
Radio show almost every night. You have to be kidding me, and I'm not. Be asleep.
I'm not.
I must be asleep.
No. You're not asleep. You're not dreaming. Look at this right here. See this? See this? I'm holding this up to the microphone so you can see it.
I can see it. I see it.
See?
It says a permission slip.
Yes. Here, let me read this to you. Let me read this to you. Okay, here it is. Any man seeking a prescription for drugs to treat ED, such as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, had to have 2 office visits on 2 different calendar days before they could receive the desired medication. She would also allow only married men to access the treatments and call on them to produce a signed and dated letter demonstrating the consent of their current spouse. They would also have to give a sworn statement, hand on a Bible, which seems counterproductive, that the prescription would be only used for sex with their legal partners.
Oh, and how did it even get so far as to make it to your desk?
Well, because it was published by CNN. This is national flippin' news. It goes on to say this, quote, as a woman and a pro-choice woman and an elected official, I'm sick and tired of men, mostly white men, legislating personal private medical decisions. She's a retired nurse and a 22-year State House veteran. It's none of their business, she says.
Right.
Yeah.
So now we need to get ED medication.
Well, it hasn't.
Our current spouse.
Yeah, well, it hasn't been passed yet.
It's not going to be passed.
No, it's not going to be passed because
there's too many men in the legislature.
Well, yeah, exactly. There are too many white men in the legislature.
Yeah, see? White men in the legislature. That's
right. All right, brother. I got to go.
Have a good one now.
You too, man. Thanks. Isn't that incredible? You find news that is so off the flippin' wall that people don't believe it's news. What a country we live in.
But it did come from CNN.
Well, okay, Matt points out, hey, it did come from CNN, so maybe it's not news. You got a point there, brother. You're listening to the Wells Report. We'll wrap it up next as we head towards midnight on 660 AM The Answer. This is the Wells Report.
Hey, everybody. Mark Davis, my friends at Viascan of Las Colinas. Here's something to put on the to-do list for 2016. How about saving somebody's life? How about your own? Oh, how can we do that? Well, you can go to Viascan of Las Colinas or recommend that somebody you love go to Viascan of Las Colinas. Why? Because in that magnificent business, John Duncan and the crew are saving lives every day simply by showing them what's going on inside their own bodies. You ever hear of somebody dying with no sign, no advance warning of a heart attack or cancer? Well, the reason that happens is nobody takes a look at what's going on in their own bodies. Viascan of Las Colinas. It's what they're all about. This scan technology has been around forever. Crazy expensive, but not at Viascan of Las Colinas. Heart scans, body scans looking at cancers, the carotid artery neck scan for stroke risk, all of these things made affordable for you so that you can live. Find out what's going on in your body. Be what they call Viascan certain. 972-739-2840, 972-739-2840, or just Google Viascan.
I'll have it to you by tomorrow. If you're borrowing money, that's what you want to hear. And when you borrow through Avant, you will. Simply go to avantoffer.com and check your interest rate. Checking your rate is risk-free with no effect on your FICO score. Complete your application in minutes and the funds could be in your account as soon as tomorrow. Avant provides access to unsecured personal loans at competitive interest rates. And Avant will give you a $50 Amazon.com gift card after you make your first payment on time. For this offer and to check your rate risk-free, go to avantoffer.com and enter promo code BORROW. That's avantoffer.com, promo code BORROW. Avantoffer.com, promo code BORROW. Loans made by WebBank. Funds are generally deposited via ACH for delivery next business day if approved by 4:30 p.m. Central Time, Monday through Friday. FICO is a registered trademark of Fair Isaac Corporation. Amazon is not a sponsor of this promotion. Other restrictions apply. See website for details.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
Do you have a family? Would you like to help make sure they'll be taken care of if anything were to happen to you? If you answered yes, you probably need life insurance. Now, do you think life insurance is expensive? If you answered yes to that too, you definitely need to give AIG Direct a call. We could find you a $250,000 policy for just $14 a month, which means you could save hundreds of dollars a year. Call us now for a free, no-obligation quote. 1-800-433-5915. Since 1995, we've helped millions of people find out if they could save up to 70% on their term life insurance. See how affordably we can help you protect your family. Call AIG Direct now for your free quote. 1-800-433-5915. You could save up to 70%. That's 1-800-433-5915. 1-800-433-5915.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. Well, it's that time of year again. When the AC business is slow, the gimmicks start to flow. Right now, you'll hear 50% off sales, warehouse clearance sales, and my personal favorite, the guy who says he'll work for no profit. Nobody can run a business without profit. So rather than insult your intelligence with silly gimmicks, we partnered with the utility provider to offer real instant rebates, up to $1,800 off qualifying systems. But the utility funds are limited, so we're offering our free estimates on a first-come, first-served basis. If you need a new AC system, call the no-profit guy, then call the 50% off guys, and then call us. I guarantee we'll beat their price with brand-name Carrier equipment because we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437, or visit us online at ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning, call 877-YOUR-HERO.
And the Grammy goes to. And the American Music Award goes to.
Mr. Stephen Curtis Jackson.
Hi, we're Third Day. We're forming sort of one new band called SCC 3D.
Our sister station's doing it again. The 94.9 KLTY Concert Series welcomes Stephen Curtis Chapman with Third Day at the Verizon Theater on April 30th. Get your tickets right now at AXS.com. AXS.com.
Hi, I'm Larry Patterson, owner of Glass Doctor. In our disposable society, we're conditioned to throw out the whole thing when just one part goes bad. Like when the insulated glass windows in your home get condensation between the panes. You don't need to replace the whole window. The specialists at Glass Doctor can install new insulated glass in your existing frames with a lifetime warranty for a lot less than you might think. To see how quick and easy it is, visit glassdoctor.com today. That's glassdoctor.com.
Call the Glass Doctor, we'll fix your paint. Oh, yeah.
660 AM, The Answer. 660 AM, TheAnswer.com. Only for Texas. This is the Wells Report on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. This came across my desk today. Rasmussen Reports has found that when asked which is the bigger problem in politics today, voters picked media bias over money. It was close, 47 to 45%. What's more, the survey found that voters believe that the media has too much power in politics. 66% said it was too powerful, compared to just 26% who said the media wielded just enough influence in the election. Middle-aged voters tend to believe more strongly than other voters that the media has too much influence over the elections, said the poll analysis. Media bias is a bigger problem than the big money spent on presidential politics. They're right. We, the people of the United States, have got this down really, really well. And I've got to tell you something. I'm glad that people are finally beginning to wake up to the fact that it's not the media's job to determine whether or not we vote for X or Y or Z candidate. Their job is to cover the story, to cover it even-handedly, to cover it properly, which is something we do every single night on the Wells Report. The executive producer of this broadcast is Vicki Steifer. Technical director, conductor of the Wells Report Orchestra is Magic Matt Swinney. My name is Jon-David Wells. God bless you and yours. Have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow for another edition of the Wells Report. We've had some voting. We've had some debating. Now it's time for Texans to weigh in on the 2016 presidential race. The candidates are ready. Our state is ready. The question is, are you ready for the final debate before the Texas primary?
I know I'm ready, JD, and we're hoping everybody's fired up for our last debate watch party before Texas votes. It's Thursday night, February 25th, and we'll put it up on the big screen at 660 AM, The Answer Debate Headquarters, Studio Movie Grill, 75 in Spring Valley in Dallas.
Mark Davis and I will be your hosts. The full Studio Movie Grill menu is available. Admission is just $10. Get your tickets now at 660amtheanswer.com. If you've become a regular for our debate events, or if this is just your first time, get ready to hear from the candidates and the audience.
We look forward to welcoming you and hearing from you February 25th. Studio Movie Grill, 75 in Spring Valley. Tickets just $10 now at 660amtheanswer.com.
Don't miss the last debate watch party before the Texas primary. That's Thursday, February 25th at the Studio Movie Grill in Dallas. This event is sponsored by AAA Auger Plumbing Services, Texas Alliance for Life, and Patriot Mobile.
It's a new year, a new you, and new open carry laws here in the great state of Texas. The last few months have shown us that the world can be a dangerous place, but there are some stores that are here to make sure you are safe. At Texas Gun Pros, we like to make gun safety, gun education, and gun buying a non-intimidating experience. That way, you can focus on how you can protect yourself and your family in 2016. You don't want to be talked down to. You just want to exercise your Second Amendment right. At Texas Gun Pros, we want to help you regardless of your experience level. From beginning handgun classes to the new license to carry, our professionals will work with you at your level to accomplish your training goals. You live in a state that focuses on your individual safety, so why not go to the gun pros of that state? Texas Gun Pros. Visit us on the web at texasgunpros.com or stop by our facility at 5121 Davis Boulevard in North Richland Hills. That's texasgunpros.com.
The year is not so new anymore, but your carpets can look that way with Zero Res. Hey, Mark Davis, my friends at Zero Res just gave me a fantastic carpet cleaning, and I'm offering it to you $33 a room. $33 a room by calling 214-37-CLEAN. Then, plus 100 square feet of tile cleaning for free and a $50 gift card from Estilo Gaucho. It is pre-treated, clean, and sanitized. Best carpet cleaning ever from my friends at Zero Res. $33 a room. Call them now for the special. 214-37-CLEAN for zero res. 214-37-CLEAN.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group. On NASDAQ as SALM. KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Rich Dennison. President Obama says the process of replacing the late Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia is a test of whether the Senate can function. The president says he intends to present someone who is indisputably qualified.
There is more than enough time for the Senate to consider in a thoughtful way the record of a nominee that I present and to make a decision.
Some Republican leaders and White House candidates want the seat held open until after President Obama leaves office. Day 4 of Pope Francis's 5-day trip to Mexico saw the pontiff addressing youth in a troublesome region.
Buenas tardes.
The pontiff on Tuesday in the western Mexican state of Michoacan, where drug violence has left some 100,000 people dead or missing over the past decade. Fox News, we report, you decide.
660 AM, The Answer.
Dennis Gibbs, the boat guy here, host of the Big Boat and Outdoor Show.